news. Your news. 936 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app
On DAB Digital Radio
and on 1395 AM.
This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show. The 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, Eddie Maguire as AFL House comes under more heat than ever. It's Showdown Week. Dean Brogan joins us in the studio. We wind back the clock with Showdown medalist Brett James, and Rowey's back on deck, and we'll take your calls.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Thank you, Sammy, and some people may wish I wasn't. Stay tuned at 4:45. Anyway, 2 Up Tuesday. Look, it rolls around again. Let's try and make it a positive and happy one. And you, our listeners, can help drive that. We are all yours on 8223 Porter on the up, Crows are on the rebound. It's Showdown 59 Friday. You little Sorry, I was trying to be KG. You beauty, Timmy G.
Yes, indeed. You're right, Stephen. Welcome back. Thanks for coming in. It's good of you.
What does that mean?
It's good.
Had an RDO.
You're allowed to have an annual leave day. There's no problems with that.
Had to polish some, you-know-whats.
Yeah,
few little bits and pieces. Hey, I wasn't sick for all those.
No. A lot of people were
every
concerned.
Second week off.
They were concerned.
God. Josh Carr's showdown record as a player, 10 zip.
It's very unusual. It's very
10
unusual.
zip. So I played, could we?
Yeah.
Could his coaching record emulate that? I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's.
I bloody hope
Look,
not.
in the history of Showdown,
10 zip.
It's a very rare record, and I'm not sure
10
that
zip.
one that will be repeated as far as player and/or coach would go. So,
Yeah. Well, he lost the Ramsgate Rumble. That doesn't count. Mate. But the odds for Sunday before the Lions game, and I'd say this is reasonably accurate. The Crows are $1.47 favourites. They've drifted.
Not
they
that
got
far.
smoked by
They
Bridget
drifted that far, haven't they?
10, 15 cents.
Just work it with me. I've got it here. Just work with me. They've drifted after that pathetic effort up there at the Gabba to $1.52.
Yeah,
And it was pathetic. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to have my say. Porter $2.55, so load up.
Yeah.
I'm saying load
you don't
up.
do that. You don't do that. Never. You never do that. No.
What do you mean?
Look, you compare playing a home showdown against Port Adelaide to playing the reigning back-to-back premiers in Brisbane.
Yeah.
You'd have to say the track, the opposition, everything else is completely different. So
It is. It is.
It's a big change.
I don't care about all of that. It's a showdown.
That's right.
So
and that's the thing.
We've
I mean,
drifted to $1.52.
you got to look at, from a Port Adelaide point of view. For us, we're too behind.
You're building.
We're too behind on the ladder as far as showdowns go. So we've got some catching up to do.
Yeah. Oh, and
that should be our focus.
Well, I didn't hear you. You're building, mate. Bit of Port Adelaide's last 7 quarters.
They're having a dip. They're having a dip, and they're trying to follow Josh's instructions.
They do. Anyway, AFL spot fires. I'm going to start here, Timmy. That if left unattended could become a catastrophic bushfire.
Ooh, catastrophic
and I don't
warning.
make light of that because
we know bushfires
are awful things.
No,
It's a play on words. Please, people, don't ring. But I'm calling them little spot fires. Number one, in no particular order, the ARC has done the exact opposite they brought it in to do. The last touch rule in the sample has worked for years, would you say?
You know why? Do you know why it's worked for years?
Because it's easy.
But the umpires umpire it really well.
That's exactly right. In 7 rounds, the AFL's completely butchered it. Trust your boundary umpires to get the call right.
Yeah.
If not, get new ones.
You know what they do? They just throw it in.
Just throw it in. Hello.
Oh, it's a little bit of confusion. All right, we'll throw it in.
Throw it in.
50-50.
Hello. And with the goal umpires, with the goal technology, it was for the howlers. Make a call. Now, Gerard White, not a massive fan. He just grates on me a bit.
Oh, okay.
His delivery, he does that. But when he gets it right, he does hit the mark.
The idea, let's get them correct. We don't get them correct. Even when we think we should get them correct, we don't. This is the false premise of technology in sport, and every sport falls down the same path.
Agree?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's hit the nail on the head there,
Yeah.
and sometimes he articulates points really
Very
well.
And he did.
I think he did.
He does grind my gears, but he hit it, and that's what we do. Number 2, and
You know
again,
what?
that's a spot
The
fight.
great Bruce McAvaney used to say, "You can't be everybody's cup of tea."
You
Timmy."
can't. And I know I'm not either. So I get that. I'm not throwing stones and live in a glass house. I get that. Number 2, and again in no particular order, the rules. The holding the ball one in particular. Round 1, we started one way with the interpretation. Round 7, it's 180 degrees different. There wouldn't be one of the 18 AFL coaches that reckon we've nailed this or got it right. And they can't comment for fear of getting fined because they're suppressed. But I love this from Suns coach Damien Hardwick.
The holding the ball rules like chook lotto. I sit there and I don't know half the time what's going to happen. We've got a guy that's got an arm pinned. He's waiting for the ball to be called for a stoppage. And the other option is then the guy can dump tackle him. Just blow the whistle. At the end of the day, we're going to get players hurt. So either blow the whistle on a free kick or at least be consistent in your interpretations throughout the whole game. Unless the rule change, let me know. I don't want to get angry. It's Saturday. I want to go home and have a beer and relax on the couch. So, yeah, but let's just fix it.
Now, this is a 3-time premiership coach. This is a premiership player. He's been involved in the game for well over 600 games, and he is confused. This is a worry, AFL. This is not a spot fight. This is a worry. You haven't got it right. And again, in no particular order, number 3, the draft, the AFL at the stroke of a pen, Timmy. And you've been onto this all year. A stroke of a pen are going to, let's say, rejig the NGA or the father-son bidding without any prior knowledge or anything, and you were not happy and you took it up with Andrew Dillon, and it's a fight worth having, Timmy, because it's a bushfire.
If you talk to any list manager, and they will tell you that they need 3 to 5 years to get these things right. You can't pull the wool under us. Us, Essendon and Carlton, we're counting on you, mate. There's a lot of supporters.
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of work that's been going on about father-son academies, NGAs, been working really closely with the clubs on it. And look, I know that whenever a rule comes in, there is someone who's more impacted in the immediate term. But all we're looking to do with the changes that are being mooted and being consulted on now is just making sure that the fair price is paid.
You can see their viewpoint with the Ashcroft boys. They're probably great examples, like picks in the 40s.
Yeah, 100%.
Compared to 2 in the top 10. That's going to hurt.
Well, it just, it depends. But what you are getting in any event is access to a player that you wouldn't ordinarily have got in the ordinary course of the draft. And I think it's been...
And neither would they.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's...
and you still don't know. And well done, but we still don't know.
No.
But it is going to change. There was some talk yesterday.
Well, it could be as less
at the end of a
as...
first-round pick, you get back or something.
It could be a time frame of 4.5 months' notice for all those 3 clubs list managers.
It is
if
hard.
you talk to any of them, it's just
not fair.
It's not done. I mean, even 2 years would help a little bit because you are trying to bank points in readiness for that particular moment. Now, when you're sort of maybe preparing for 1,800 points and all of a sudden they go, nah,
might be more.
Just joking, going to be 4,000 now.
Yep.
Where do I find that from?
Now, you're still going to get your lad, but you're going to have to give up
well, it depends if you've got that, though. Depends if you've got those points. If you don't have those points, it's like bad luck.
A pity penny. Yeah. Now, number 4, in no particular order, the tribunal, the Zach Butters affair, worse, the Lance Collard debacle, and now the AFL sacked King's Council Appeals Chair Will Horton. Fellas, hello, McFly. What movie was that?
That's Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Hello,
McFly. And he tapped him on the head like, you dopies. McFly. Was it one of them?
Yep.
Can you hear that? Me giving myself a crusty?
There's a bit of an echo, but...
Well, hello, McFly. Your processes are wrong. Have a listen to Port CEO Matthew Richardson.
Port Adelaide's position is straightforward. The tribunal process needs to be reformed. It is too legalistic, it's too adversarial, places people under a level of scrutiny and stress that is disproportionate to the nature of the incidents it is designed to resolve. As an AFL industry, I know we can be better in terms of the process. We spend significant time, effort, and invest in the well-being of our people and especially our players. This week, we put a player, an umpire and an official in a situation which should have been handled so much better.
Got him nailed that. I was super impressed with that. So there's 4 little bushfires. I don't know how many executives they got at AFL House, but AFL House hasn't had a good start to the year. All of these things can be fixed, can't they?
Yeah.
They can all be fixed. So simple question to our listeners. What of these 4 little spot fires has the most potential to hurt our game? What should be their number 1 goal? Or rank them 1, 2 and 3? Or have I missed out on one? Hello?
Yeah.
McFly, I have.
I think...
There's a 5th spot fire.
I'll still go to 4 umpires is too many. And I think it is showing week in, week out that's happening. I think Andrew quickly came on and texted and
we
said...
We think alike because I've got a fifth spot fight.
Well,
Keep going.
He said if you duck your head and go to ground in a tackle, that means you've had prior opportunity. Yeah. Now, this is what the AFL were going to cut out, but the umpires are paying high contact instead. So the free kick is going to the wrong team.
Yeah.
They were going to cut that out.
I know.
You heard Campo say, right, at the beginning, that's supposed to be cut out. Yet,
but they haven't
adjusted it. Yeah. And I just think when you've got another 18 umpires now you have to manage each week. Another 18 on top of what we used to have.
Yeah,
I just think it's too many opportunities to get that wrong.
Well, it leads into this, 822 300 00. Have I missed a bushfire? Timmy just alluded to it with our listener. Yes, I have. There's a fifth bushfire. The quality of umpires, period, full stop. Here's my spot fire. The standard of umpiring is appalling. Now, I'm not bashing him. That's not bashing him. Have a look at it. It's appalling. And then my favourite man, January 1, in the whole of the AFL was the GM of football, Greg Swan. I'm going, he is the saviour. What's the hallelujah? If we had that, we'd play it. Like I was starting to play Chelsea Dagger on behalf of Greg Swan. But then he come out yesterday with this.
If you take away the ARC issues, most of the feedback we've had from clubs is that the umpiring has been as good as it's been for a long time.
Now, that quote is going to go in the archives and come back and bite you fair square on the derriere.
He's living in a world of make-believe.
Oh, my God, where did that come from? Did you play that yesterday? That came out yesterday? Yeah.
We did, but it was pretty much, it sounded like he'd been given that from the script that Andrew Dillon did 2 years ago.
God.
And it was like, please say this. You know, for me, he should have just ripped that up and said, no, I'm not saying that.
No.
Because it's
wrong.
not good. There's too many. We're not getting it right, and we need an overhaul here. Yeah. Now, I think it's big. I'm not blaming umpires either, because I'm saying we've made it harder than ever to umpire.
I agree with that.
And we put more people into it when we shouldn't.
And ask them to be
back
consistent.
And get really sharp on it.
Yeah. No, if there are any more bushfires I've missed, if there is, let me know and rank them 1, 2, 3, 4. For fear of sounding like a broken record and we're bashing the AFL, I'm trying my hardest not to.
Oh, that's a lie.
I opened the show with...
That's a blatant lie.
We opened the show with, let's have a...
Yeah, did you?
I did. No, I'm not an AFL basher.
Oh. What was going on for the last 10 minutes?
Hello, big... No.
Hang on.
Am I? Do I come across...
You've got a shopping list.
I gave you a spot for this 5 bushfires.
It's bloody catastrophic.
Okay.
It's off the Richter scale.
All right. Well, anyway, listen, it's nearly 4:20. We like to go to the break and come back with our callers, but we straighten up with a real heavy heart. Jordan Dawson's brother, as we know, tomorrow will have his memorial service in his honour. It's at the Road Footy Club. We get a lot of people asking for detail. We don't want to give detail. Just let the family grieve in peace and honour. There's a Crows contingent, we know, of club leadership and officials, and a small, would you call it, delicate of senior players that are going to attend. And again, it's a tough time for the family, and our thoughts 100% behind them and condolences. Here's our coach, Matthew Nicks.
This week will be interesting. We'll have a celebration for Jared on Wednesday, and we'll get down there and support him and his family through that, and then we'll just see where Jordan sits. It'll be a balance of how many get down and support, and we'll balance the week as far as how many players go down and show their support. I think Jordan knows we're all there for him.
And well said, it's private, and let them grieve. 8223 0000, lines available. I mean, let's change the topic. Am I an AFL basher?
No, the board's full, so don't worry about it. The board is full.
The calls of yours are next. 822 300 00, 19 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
It's showdown time again in Adelaide as the two SA clubs go to war. Catch all the action live on 5AA. Thanks to Barnacle Bill, serving South Australians quality seafood and much, much more for over 50 years.
Mate, it was so easy. Drop the car into Automasters. Next thing, I get a video on my phone.
AutoCam. It's new from Automasters.
The service advisor is there live doing a real-time report on my car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
He shows me the problem, makes a recommendation, and look, there's the quote.
So good. Totally transparent, instant SMS approval, and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. The future of vehicle servicing here now. Call 1300 Automasters.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Most jobs expect you to fit around them, your hours, your plans, your life. But what if it worked the other way around? At Happy Haven Osh, you can do meaningful work with children in hours that actually fit your life. Whether you're studying, returning to work, or simply looking for something more rewarding, this is a place where you belong and where what you do really matters. Discover flexible, meaningful careers at SA-owned and operated Happy Haven Osh. Visit happyhaven.sa.edu.au/careers.
Rosanna Maggiorelli here on 7 News. The terrifying moment a woman set upon after confronting hoons north of Adelaide. The shocking reason an Adelaide mum was forced to change hospitals mid-labour, and milestone man Mitch Georgiadis on his future at Alberton.
Puppy eyes, nature's most calculated cuteness. The ultimate test of willpower, a staring contest you can never win. Every dog uses their eyes to get what they want. Guide dogs use theirs to give something back, like a lifetime of independence and confidence. Eyes that aren't just adorable, but life-changing. Support Australia's hardest working puppy eyes. Donate to Guide Dogs Day now, and your donation will be doubled.
Audio. It's more powerful than you think. What you hear can take you far from here. Can move you to dance, to run, to tears. It's all in your ears. For advertising with real power, start with commercial radio and audio, where brands are heard. CRA.au.
I booked the car into Automasters. Next thing, there's a video on my phone.
Shows me the problem, makes a recommendation, and look, there's the quote.
So good. Totally transparent, instant SMS approval, and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. New from Automasters.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 4 on this Tuesday. Footy's got a lot of spot fires and issues at the moment. What areas of the game are you most concerned with and wanting fixed? 8223 0000 is our number. We're going to take all your calls next, and Dean Brogan is going to join us shortly as well in the studio. Book now at St Francis Winery, Old Ranella for Mother's Day, breakfast, lunch or dinner.
Afternoon at Kernlight Gardens, a crash, Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Mitchell Park delays clearing from an earlier crash, Marine Road near the Hamilton Secondary College. And Elizabeth Parker Burst Watermain, Yorktown Road near Garlick Road, speeds at 40 k's. Camera at Cheese Street, Brompton. The Lounge Lovers birthday sale has been extended, but only for a limited time. It must end Monday. Save 20 to 60% off store-wide. Visit a showroom or shop online. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, lines available, 8223 0000. Now, we don't want AFL, what would you call it, bashing or umpire bashing, do we? You know, on those topics. Leave that to me. We want you to be constructive in your criticism. I can't spell it. I don't believe in that, but you can be, and leave all the bashing to me. Hello, Dave.
How you going, guys?
Hey, Dave.
It started off with opening round, which was a split that just ruined the start of the game. And it's continued on with Thursday night games. It just makes the weekend way too long. And by the time a Sunday game comes, you've just about lost interest. I just think the confusion with the decision, the length of the game, it was supposed to be shorter. It just seems to be going forever. I don't know. I was talking to a couple of mates at work today, and, you know, we're just very disappointed with this year's season. And, yes, my team hasn't done as well as the others. But if it wasn't for Hawthorn playing some cracker game, we would have had some really rubbish games this year.
Yeah, I think water will find its level. It'll get better.
Yeah, I'm with Dave a little bit.
Thanks, Dave. I know exactly what he's
They're
feeling.
going to find this even harder when, obviously, they add Tasmania in. They're going to find it harder because to keep programming games, you need more time, and that's why they stretched it out to Thursday. And
Well, Thursday ain't going anywhere.
Thursday's not going anywhere because it's a good commercial one for the clubs.
Thanks for that, Dave. Hello, Phil at Edinburgh.
How you going, boys?
Well, you're in
I don't
Edithburg.
like the Crows bash, but Murray is not up to AFL standard. I don't think ever will be. And the big Moose, he's not up to it. Laird can only handball backwards. He doesn't know what to do with the ball when he gets it these days. And Keys in a tight game, you never see him. That's it, boys.
Yeah, some strong criticism, Phil. I might have a bit to say along those lines at about 10 to 5.
Okay, yep. You've got a...
Well, I didn't get a chance to
No, you weren't here yesterday, but you'll have an analysis of that Brisbane game?
A little bit. And a lot of it is along those lines. I'm not as brutal as that. I think players need development, but they've got a few things wrong. And I've got, as you say, Timmy, don't come with the problems, Rowey. I want solutions.
That's it.
I'm starting to become a solutions man.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you.
I like that about
Taking
you.
a leaf out of your book. I'm good at potting or throwing the dart and having a crack.
But now you're going to put the dartboard up.
Mate, call me Captain Solutions at 10 to 5.
Let's go to Murray Bridge. G'day, Des.
Des.
Yeah, g'day, boys. How you going?
All right.
Now, my hobby horse is umpiring. As I said before, I was umpire for a long time and an umpire's coach. And when I was umpire's coach, we introduced a 2-umpire system in the league.
Yes.
And we sat down with Mark Poser, who was the director of umpiring for Sandsville, and went through the process of establishing a 2-umpire system. And one of the criteria was that you had to match umpires with similar umpiring styles.
Oh, right.
So that you didn't just put Fred and Joe together and hope that they worked it out. Initially you found blokes that umpired in a similar manner and you put them together. And that way you got consistency.
So, Des, can you explain to me about styles? Because I would have thought when you're an umpire, you just go by the facts.
Different umpires interpret different rules in different ways. You know, like...
Well, it's not a rule then, is it?
Well, it is a rule, but, you know, holding the ball is a classic, and the holding the ball rule still reads the same. A player the player in possession of the ball must be given a fair and reasonable opportunity to dispose of it legally.
Yes.
Now, some blokes would just blow the whistle and go bang, holding the ball, and others would give the player a chance to get rid of it. So you have to put people like that together when you're umpiring, and that's what
So you're saying for consistency that then everybody knows pretty much what the style of what's going to be paid.
Yeah, I'm with you, Des.
I'm with you.
And if the 3 umpires or 4 or 5 or 8 or 10 or 2 or 1
of it.
all read each other and are all alike, you're going to get consistency. The worst thing is when they hold the ball down one end, goes way down the other end, and they say play on, it was exact same.
Well, back to Andrew's point about one's ducking his head at this end and getting a free kick, and at the other end it's not happening. So that's the point I think Des was making. That was good point, Des. Thank you.
Did you hear our call with Will and Campo on Sunday?
I was with David Pemberthy for Scott Hodges' birthday. So apologies. It was in the background, but we weren't watching intently.
Well, the thunderclouds are blowing. We've had a couple of callers already ring and text. The first quarter, Zach Bailey had a bit of a mare, 2 touches, was nowhere near it. And I said we're playing for the Zach Bailey Cup, which means the Crows are going to win.
Yep.
The minute I said it, Will Goodings absolutely thunderclouded me. He said, "Be careful, you big mouth," and then, because he's a professional, held the rest of it. Campo finished the sentence. The next 3 quarters, he kicked 3 4-goal assists, 28 touches, and nearly the best on the ground. Timmy.
When will you learn?
Could I just shut up? Someone's worried I'm going to do that about Zach Butters this week. No, I won't. Hello, Tony at Prospect.
Yeah, g'day there, boys. I went to the Port Adelaide Geelong game for Anzac Day, and with a friend who's a Geelong supporter. And the point I wanted to raise, we had a fantastic Anzac ceremony. We had the three services represented in the Navy, the Army, the Air Force. We had singers singing the national anthem of both countries, Australia and New Zealand. We were asked to remove our hats and to pause for a moment's silence. And the thing that distracted me right through all that time was the advertising hoardings, the electronic advertising boards that go around the Oval.
Yep, the LED. Yep.
Yeah, they kept flashing with all this new ads on there. I just thought, couldn't you just put a pause button for a couple of minutes on that while we're...
That normally would, Tony. Yeah, that might be an error in the box. Yeah,
well done, Tony. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Another assessment, and I love the Anzac round.
Because they normally have the poppies on the LED just sitting still. So, Tony, it might have been an error, mate.
Yeah. Might have, actually, you're right. Yeah. The MCG had that. The great thing about this round, and we with each other at the RSL at Henley and Grange, to all the RSLs, well done, and you can keep donating to them. They do a marvellous job, and the ceremonies are just fantastic. What I did notice with the Crows Lions one at the Gabba, every other one that we did, including the Port Adelaide and the Anzac Day and all that, they have a welcome to country. They didn't have a welcome to country.
Where?
The Brisbane Crows game.
Oh, okay.
And it was short, maybe because it's the last game or one of the last games. Because I made a call in the call. I said, God, this is about the seventh. And nothing wrong with it, the Ode, the last post, the Australian National Anthem, and I think it's got to be, every game, I guess, has to do it if it's Anzac round, but I think it should be just for the Anzac Day clashes.
Have you say about that?
Anyway,
822 I have heard other opinions similar, so it's not like you're the only one out there, but definitely have you say if you want to share your thoughts with us. 4:30
no one's
headlines
more
with
Anzac
us.
than me, and you know that.
Yeah.
But I think it should be just Anzac Day.
Dean Brogan, we might ask him. He's on the other side of this in the studio.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the 4:30 News headlines. The Youth and Street Gangs Task Force is investigating after bullets were fired at a house and car in Andrews Farm. A 45-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly attempting to steal a courier van at Prospect. The King and Queen have attended a garden party in Washington on day one of their state visit. And in sport, Jake Weatherald returns to the Sacca. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Book now at St Francis Winery, Old Ranella for Mother's Day, breakfast, lunch or dinner. Book now.
At Kernlight Gardens, a crash, Goodwood Road near Grange Road, Mitchell Park, delays clearing from an earlier crash, Marion Road near the Hamilton Secondary College, and Elizabeth Parker Burst Watermain, Yorktown Road near Garlick Road, speeds at 40 k's. Busy at the moment, South Road, Edwardstown slow, Fullerton Road at the Britannia Roundabout, with the camera London Road, Marlene South. It's Travel Tuesday, which means one day of exclusive online deals at Flight Centre. Fly, stay, cruise and more today only. Visit flightcentre.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 15 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 28. Right now it's 25 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Cannot believe it's 30 years since Port Arthur.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
It feels like it was only a few years ago to me, in my mind.
Mark Thomas was working as a journalist for Win Television at the time.
5AA Breakfast.
There weren't mobile phones, but we listened to the police scanner. And she said that there'd been shots fired at Port Arthur and there were suspected deaths.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
And people were affected and still are to this day.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Sometimes the best deals come at the best time of the year. And right now they have. With Mannix and Fujitsu coming together to bring you massive autumn savings on ducted reverse cycle air conditioning. During April and May, save $1,000 with Mannix, plus up to $500 in Fujitsu cashbacks. That's savings up to $1,500. But it won't last or be repeated. Get your free quote today and get it installed in time for winter. Call 1300 Mannix or go online anytime.
There's something about a good local. Walking in and knowing you're in the right place. That's the Piermount Group of Hotels. 8 neighbourhood favourites. The Albion, the Australasian, the Bel Air, the Flagstaff, Mansfield Park, the Sterling, the Marriotteville and the Seaton. Each with great hospitality, good food and that familiar feeling. Download Paramount's First Draft loyalty app for perks, rewards, surprises, and your first drink is on them with a $10 sign-up bonus. Explore everything on offer at paramount.com.au.
Adelaide, this is the one. Sportsbet Goodwood Day, the grand final of South Australian racing. A day where Morfettville comes alive, both on and off the track. From Club Largo to the CC Giddy Up Club, the day moves from trackside to party. So, lock it in, get your mates together and don't miss it. World-class racing, trackside energy. A day you don't want to hear about secondhand. General admission, just $30. Sportsbet Goodwood Day, Saturday, May 9. Be there. Gamble responsibly.
Ever wanted to make an impact for people affected by autoimmune disease? You can by participating in a clinical trial. CMAX is recruiting healthy volunteers aged 18 to 65 to help trial a potential treatment for autoimmune disorders. Eligible volunteers will spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend multiple visits and get paid for their time. Join today and support research for thousands of Australians living with autoimmune conditions. Interested? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
Hi, Malcolm Blight here for Knowles Caravans, home of Island Star. For over 50 years, they've had the best selection of new vans and second-hand vans. Whether you're looking to solve the rental crisis for your kids or help your parents live independently for longer, subject to council approvals, they'll guide you through your journey.
Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans.
Knowles Caravans, 561 Salisbury Highway, Greenfields, opposite Mawson Lakes. Trusted for quality, driven for adventure.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 5. Eddie Maguire to join us at 5 o'clock on the program, as he does each and every Tuesday. It's time to welcome into the live stream in the studio as well with us for Brogan. FX. Cybercrime can cripple your business overnight. Book your free cybersecurity audit now. Visit fx.com.au. Let's bring him in.
Brogan gets there.
Dean Brogan.
Big Dean Brogan's making a statement of his own.
On the 5AA Sports Show.
All righty, for FX.
Let's get it right.
IT.
Timmy, that's it, Timmy.
Am I the only bloke that knows this?
Come on,
I call it EFX.
Yeah, well,
got into
now
the
he
subconscious.
And he tried to say to me last week, it's the same thing. I said, no, it's not.
Don't worry, it's taken me years to get master it as well.
EFEX.
FX.
Yeah, as in
He's silent.
FX.
FX.
Yeah, it's good.
Exactly.
I love it. Play on words.
Have you had your cybersecurity audit yet?
Yeah, we have. Through EFX.
FX.
Who are they?
Gee whiz, it's hard
Rowey,
work.
I'm calling you next week.
You bought that.
Yeah,
through,
Michael Ash is in the office this afternoon. He said, say good day.
Yeah, FX.
Say good day.
There you go.
I'll come and do your business next week.
Done. That's a date.
Done.
I'll
Well
buy the
done.
coffee.
Done.
Beautiful. Brogues, we were there obviously doing the Port game in Geelong. It was like the first 5 minutes we thought, oh, this looks like a Hawthorn first quarter. What I did like was the very quick reaction from the coaching box and the unselfishness of both Sweet and Vizentini just to go, all right, it's my turn, bang, on.
Yeah. It was a clone of the Hawthorn game, wasn't it? Geelong out the blocks, 2 quick centre bounce goals, and bang, out came Sweet, in came Vicentini, Sweet straight to the bench. And had some nice words with Josh Carr, and well, wasn't that the change? You know, Sweetie had one of his best games, and Vicentini changed the look straight away. They didn't wait till 5 minutes to go before the quarter. They learnt from the week before. And look, this happens, and unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, the big rucks get blamed for it. Well, not blamed for it. They need to change the mix real quick.
But that young Mitch Edwards had quite a leap on him.
He did. He probably surprised Sweetie a little bit, but that's the beauty of playing 2 rucks. You get Vicentini in there, give a different look, then all of a sudden they got the game back on their terms after, the first sort of 6 or 7 minutes, and wow, did they play some good footy.
And the thing about Vicentini, he contributed a lot more outside of that role, just centre bounce. He's almost at, we call it the almost game. So a lot got to his hands. He got a couple, but he could be on the cusp of sort of taking 7, 8, maybe double-figure marks because he was presenting up well.
Absolutely. Look, he got to the right spot. So when I look at the big guys, I go, how many contests are they getting to? Are they long down the line? Are they an option? Are they getting, when opposition's having a shot on goal, are they getting on the line? All the basics. And I looked at both the rucks games, and especially Vicentini, he's getting his hands to a lot of ball, and he's in the right spot at the right time. he's not far away from having a big one. Hopefully he can have one Friday night.
Yeah, we were talking to a few Geelong supporters, and they were sort of saying, you guys got away with it because, Blixarves got injured, and we had a couple other guys. Dangerfield obviously wasn't fit, and he had to go to full forward and the like. It wasn't so much that as it was the midfield that I thought was a bit disappointing from their point of view. Port Adelaide were able to end up getting on top of that, but then I was harping on all week about stopping them going inside 50. Now, they'd averaged 61. They'd had big wins with 367 inside 50s. We kept them to 35, so I think that's on the midfield.
Yeah, look, it's a really good point you bring up. Port Adelaide's midfield at the moment is flying. Their last 3 weeks, the first, rounds 1 to 4, they were 12th in the competition for contested ball and clearance.
Right.
Rounds 5, 6 and 7, so that's the St Kilda game, Hawthorn game and the Geelong game, they've jumped to 3rd in the competition. So
against good opposition.
Against great opposition. That sets your game up. And it sets you, if you're gaining territory, you can set your defence up all across the ground. So we know you defend in your back 50 and there's, your back's got to win one-on-ones. But team defence starts in your front half. It starts with your mids crunching in, keeping the ball in, and then when your opposition's got it, you shut down opposition exits. And I think the last couple of weeks, especially on the weekend, you could really notice Port's whole team defence really clicking. And to keep Geelong to 35 inside 50s, and a lot of those inside 50s were real clunky as well.
Yeah.
They've been able to turn that around. They're second in the comp over the last 3 weeks for inside 50s against. So teams aren't going.
So defending better.
They're defending the ground so much better, which you don't get open up. You don't get opened up. So they would be really happy with that. And I know that's Josh Carr's imprint. They've worked on their defence a lot over the summer, and it's starting to show through, especially the last 3 weeks. And that wins you big games against the good teams. And off the back of that, it turns into good offence.
I saw on the weekend, Rory Sloane did a little bit on the footy show, and he showed Butters at stoppage, and he said, look, Mullins has got him a few times, and I think held him to 10 possessions last time they played. So how do you change that? Now, Port's midfield coaches and Josh, probably input-wise, they decided he's not going to be the go-to. So at stoppage, he starts to do the block so that Horn Francis can get through, or Ollie Wines or whoever, and he then runs away because he's got the pace to do that and get on either the second or third possession. That was really clever. We spoke to him yesterday, and he said, yeah, that's what happened, and it ended up being, and he said, I'll do whatever I have to do, but he's had a 30 possession game and being the best players.
Yeah, and this is the evolution of Zach Butters, isn't it? We know what he's like putting his head over the footy in the contest, but how does he get a bit more easier ball when someone comes and sits on him? And this helps when Jason Horne-Francis is playing the way he's playing, and William Drew's doing what he's doing at the moment. And then you've got Ollie Wines, who no one's really talking about at the moment. He's quietly going about having a really good year. When you've got some help around you, Butters doesn't always have to do the grunt work. He can get on the post-clearance sort of stuff, the second and third touch, and that's what Port want him to do, because that means you're potentially kicking the ball inside 50, and you want Zach Butters
he's good at
kicking the ball inside 50, as well as Jason Horne-Francis. But the way their midfield's playing at the moment, it means that you can do a variety of different things. And when you've got good coaches helping you evolve your game, this is the sort of stuff, this is the output you're getting. But it no doubt this relies heavily on Jason Horne-Francis being in full flight at the moment.
A lot of the guys that perhaps, I know we do the unique homestyle food spotlight and the like, and you had one on Joe Richards. Now, I thought he had his best game for the year. Young McKinlay probably had his best game for the club. And Burgoyne on the wing, he's a smart player, Burgess, and I thought all three of them were instrumental in good play.
Yeah, they were. And look, Joe Richards, they went and got him for a reason, and I think he's had a game here or there where you go, oh, wow, he looks good, and then all of a sudden you don't see him for a couple of weeks. But I thought on the weekend, every Port player played their role and did it very well, and you're starting to see some growth underneath. It's not, you're going to get the Butters and Horne-Francis show, and your A-graders will lift. They're there every week. It's what's coming underneath, and we're starting to see, especially the last 3 weeks, these players that are around that 50 game to 60 game really start to play consistent footy and play their role really well. And you just named 3 players there, but I look at a guy like Lockie Jones.
Yeah.
Didn't have the highest possession game, but everything he did was right.
Correct.
and it's about time, you know, and he's having a good run with injury right now, which helps.
80 games
and he's 80 games in. They need him. They need him to step up.
I was saying to a couple of supporters, because we said, you know, Lockie would give you a lot of 50-50 games where 50% of it was unbelievable and the other 50% was just errors, and you go, that balance has got to get better. I thought it was almost 90-10.
Yeah,
it was as good a game as
and
he's
against
played.
great opposition as well. You know, the last 3 weeks they've played 3 really good teams. They got a big challenge Friday night.
Well, they have, and this was, I was saying to Rowey in the opener, the prospect of playing Brisbane in Brisbane, the dual premiership, to a home game against Port Adelaide, that's a massive, what would you say, contrast. Now, Port Adelaide are developing and working on a new game style and the like. These guys are the most probably efficient inside 50 you get. So Port's challenge is to continue that trend of trying to stop them going inside 50.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to take it off them. The last few showdowns, I had a look at the scores of the last show, and I didn't realise that.
It was a
98 points. So
I was there.
Crows aren't where they were last year right now.
No.
But it only takes a game like this to turn it around. If Port come out and don't do that pressure and do that team defence, Adelaide will cut them up.
Yeah.
Because if Adelaide are ever going to turn their season around, it'll be this Friday night. And
the Crows played Brisbane into form. That's their best game by the length of the straight.
And Brisbane came off a bad loss too the week before, so they would have been up for it.
Well, it'll be a clacker. But just before we go, Brogues, Port's work-ons post-Ken Hinkley, I've identified them as this, and Timmy's the same. Defender turnover better, ball security or ball movement, midfield forward transition, that's the lowering the eyes and hitting those targets in the contest. I'd say in all 4 of those aspects, I'm seeing that tracking the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love watching a team with a new coach. Melbourne's exactly the same with King. You can see what they're trying to do. And, Timmy, you identified it very, very early. And I reckon that's a massive positive.
Yeah, look, out of all this, Port supporters are going home after, especially the last 3 or 4 weeks, going home going, we can see a brand. Yeah. We can see, and it's not just one thing. It's all the phases you just mentioned. It's contest, it's defence, it's offence.
Pressure.
The 3 things they need to do.
You got to tip your hat to them because at this point of the season, I think it's a massive tick. There's still a long way to go, as we know. Yeah. Can they sustain it? They're going to have their ups and downs, but right now you can actually see what they're trying to do, and it holds up. It's going to hold up against really good teams and big games, and let's hope it holds up Friday night, Rowey.
Crows are $1.52 favourites, and I'm loading up.
Is that right?
Did you like that one? Smack me.
Aren't Port ahead on the load?
No,
gamble responsibly.
Are they?
Gamble responsibly.
I'll tell you what, it sets up for a cracking game, doesn't it? They're always good, the showdowns, but this
Port
one
on the up,
could be anything.
Crows on the rebound, showdown 59. Oof. Timmy will be calling it. Oh, my God.
Wish I was playing.
Brogues, thanks for coming in, mate.
Well done, mate.
FX,
thanks for having me.
A very good company indeed for bringing us Dean Brogan.
They certainly are. And if you're in business, you are always a target for cybercrime. Keep that in mind. It could cripple you overnight. So get in touch with Effects IT for a free cyber security audit. Visit effects.com.au. Thank you, Brogues. See you on Friday. Looking forward to the showdown indeed. Let's get to your traffic around Adelaide. Book now as St Francis Winery, Old Ranella for Mother's Day breakfast, lunch or dinner.
G'day there at Kernlight Gardens, a crash to look out for. Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Elizabeth Parker, Burst Watermain, Yorktown Road near Garlick Road. Really busy at the moment. Fullerton Road at the Botanic Roundabout and quite slow. Nottage Terrace at North Adelaide. Camera, Woodford Road, Elizabeth North. Power App Android at Telstra. Trade in to trade up your Android phone today. Trade in powered by Assurant. Eligible device and Telstra service required. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
A new way to drive without losing what you love. Meet the ID range of electric vehicles at Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. Everything you love about Volkswagen, now fully electric. From spacious SUVs to the return of the iconic van. With up to 500 kilometres of range, they're not just for the daily commute, they're built for the open road. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. EV made easy. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Are you struggling with low libido and worried about your prostate health? Caruso's new Saw Palmetto Gummies to the rescue. Caruso's Saw Palmetto Gummies are traditionally used in Western herbal medicine to promote a healthy libido and support prostate health. So if you want to boost your libido and support your prostate health, try Caruso's deliciously fresh strawberry Saw Palmetto Gummies today. Caruso's Saw Palmetto Gummies are vegan, 99% sugar-free and made in Australia with natural colours. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot. Chloe and I separated about a year ago. At first we were getting on fine, sharing the parenting. Then one day it all just changed. Said I wouldn't be getting the kids again. I mean, what do you do then?
Life changes. So if you need help with a family situation, you need Webster's Lawyers, the experts in family law. They also offer a free no-obligation consultation. So call Webster's. websterslawyers.com.au.
All summer, your pool's been working overtime, like a teenager non-stop snacking. Now, it's time to put it to sleep. Your pool, that is. Head to the Pool Supermarket at O'Halloran Hill, Adelaide's mega pool store, and pick up a Winterizer liquid pack. It's the best way to put your pool to sleep for winter. And right now, mention you're a FIVEAA listener and you'll pay just $50, normally $111. Pool Supermarket, South Road, O'Halloran Hill. poolsupermarket.com.au.
What a time to be a football fanatic. The EPL title race is heating up, plus final stages of the FA Cup and Champions League. And you don't want to miss a second. From the opening whistle to final goal, you can catch every moment with Talk Sport. Live and free commentary wherever you are, so when the big moments happen, Talk Sport's got you covered. Listen on the FIVEAA player app and fiveaa.com.au. Talk Sport. Bring it on.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 5 on this Tuesday evening. Eddie Maguire's going to join us after 5 o'clock tonight, and we'll speak to Showdown medalist and former Crow Brett James from 5:30 tonight as we lead into Showdown. Usually, Rowey, yesterday you would give us your thoughts on the Crows game on the weekend, but here's your opportunity now.
Now, Timmy, my glass is still half full. I got smashed by the listeners after the game, but it is. But that loss to Brisbane was more than a reality check for me. It should be an awakening, and a massive awakening. You're not as good as you think you are. Not as good as a team, your game style, your selection integrity, your midfield, your ruck, your ball movement. Last year, I didn't want to call it fool's gold, but it's starting to look like it's fool's gold. No injuries. You had continuity in your selection. God, you had a dream draw, you know that. You had Burjo. You cashed in and filled your boots up, and rightly so. Well done. But this year, you've tweaked your game mode. Your ball movement, good teams, I think they've worked you out. Kempo's been talking about it, and they've taken away your strengths. What's your reaction to that? What's your comeback to them? It's about fight. But when they take away D50, F50 ball movement or the corridor, your stoppage, your ground ball, your score from turnover, it simply dries up. Where does it dry up? It dries up in that bloody midfield. Your midfield again was exposed. Now, I love the boys in there, but as a collective, they're not getting it done. You've known all summer since that straight sets exit in the finals. You lack these things: quality, depth of quality, class and speed. You didn't win one quarter. And again, we land here, Brisbane at the Gabba, and therefore midfielders took you apart. Here's a thought. McFly, Timmy, here's a thought. Toby Murray, he needs time, not ready. McAndrew needs help and time. Finbar Maley, second ruckman, forget it. And you've clearly put a line through, Rob. Here's a thought. And have a look at the games this worked last year. Your second ruck is Riley Thilthorpe. Pull the bloody Band-Aid off and just do it. And start that this Friday night. I don't care if he gets injured. I don't care if you're trying to protect him. He wants to ruck. He can ruck. He needs to ruck. And you need him in there. He's basically your best forward and your best ruckman now. So use him in both those roles. And here's another thought. Rakin's your class. Play him on ball. Oh, we're gonna. No, don't gunner. The gunner's finished. You play him this week on ball. Rochelle and he can change out of the forward line. I'm with you. They're never on ball together. And here's another thought. Jake Saligo goes back, finds the ball, does great. He's in front of Berry and Peatling. And here's another thought. Pick one of these. Peatling, Taylor, Berry or Pedler. You got four of them in there. Who's going to be that next midfielder in when they need a spell or a rest? Every top 4 team, last I looked, every top 4 team that has won the last 10 flags has 4 absolute A-grade midfielders in there, and they load them up. They don't bat down to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dawson, Rankin, Saligo, there's your 3. Pick who your 4th is. You can't use Dan Curtin this week. He's got to play on the wing. He's not ready. But you know all of this. Guys, you know it all. You know what? And fans are like me. Glass still half full, by the way, Nixie. Being in the fight's great. Having a fight's great. Loving the fight's great. It's in your DNA. You got that, tick that box. Not enough. You need class and speed for that midfield. Or guess what? Here you go. Here's another thought. You'll finish 10th. You will finish 10th. So get it right now. Get it right today, and it starts with selection. It starts with a showdown. Back 6, tick that box. I know you got a few players out, but tick it. Front 6, superb ticket. Cannot wait for Archie, Alex Newbull and all those boys in there. But here, fellas, your midfield, I want to say earth the kit, but I'm not allowed to. Your midfield, oh my God, against the good teams. I don't want to say rubbish, but just not quite there. You've got the talent, get the selection right, back him in, have some hurt, but pick your 4, pick and stick. Now, my glass is still half full, but I tell you what, you start dishing that same stuff up through the midfield, and you all know it. You all know it. Well, you're going to lose me because you've lost half your supporters now. Get your midfield right, starting Friday.
Well, that's a very big rant there. I'm going to just ask you a few points on it.
It was a rant, and it started to feel as I'm delivering it a rant, but that's how I feel,
That's
Timmy.
okay. Well, I'm going to ask you a few things.
Please.
One, do you think that the option of Thilthorpe going back into ruck has been perhaps marred by the fact he's carrying something?
Maybe, and that's a very, very good point. And in fairness to the PPT and Nixie, I don't know all those facts. But if you cross the white line,
yeah,
you play.
I know.
He's your best second ruckman, probably the best second ruckman in the AFL.
We know pre-season that they were dead against that, and they were definitely going with the 2 ruckmen.
I'm doing it
other
this
than
week.
him.
If they don't do it this week, they're idiots.
It'll be an interesting one. I think they're going to keep protecting whatever that is.
Will you answer this? Can Toby Murray do it? Not yet. They hope he can.
No, I'm with you.
He's not
I'm with
there.
you. I agree.
Finbar Marley, please, give me a spell. And they've clearly put a line through Rob.
Yep. Yeah, that feels
When Thilthorpe went in there last year,
I agree.
He lifted the whole team and there's clearances 100%.
I'll be pleased if he doesn't go there.
Okay,
Put it
there's
that way.
a tick that he's in, yep.
So Saligo had a great game, so he'll come back in and
Straight in the midfield.
He's in that.
Not
he's
off
in
the
that
bench,
best.
not off a half-forward flank, not on a wing. He's a midfielder.
You mentioned Pedler. Now, Pedler is playing, it's almost as if he's found how to play that role and he's playing it well. Would you take him? Are you suggesting taking him out and putting him in the midfield?
He, for me, if backed in and played in a position, and there'd be clubs that would be looking at him to do exactly this. He's not as classy as Zach Bailey, but Zach Bailey's the 4th midfielder into that midfield, nearly the 5th.
He kicked 3 goals against the Tide.
Mate, well, he did. He is he is in front of Peatling. He is in front of Taylor.
You're saying
is in
midfield.
front of. He's even in, and I love you, Bez. I love what you're doing. He's in front of all of them. I tell you why. He has power and he can hit a target, and he's quick and he can run forward to stoppage and he's tough and he can do all those things.
You mentioned about Rankin going the ball.
Yeah,
he
has to.
14 centre bounce appearances
Attendees this week.
And Rochelle had 13.
Yeah.
Now, Rochelle's been flying in the middle. It appears that he had less time there. I'm not sure why, but obviously, would you just use those 2 in tandem? Because it looks like that's what they did.
Well, I'm not using them in tandem.
That's what it looked like. It looked like one was in there 13, one was in there 14. So it looks like those 2 were swapping.
There was
to the middle.
there was 2 consecutive midfield ball ups after Brisbane goals when they started to get a run on.
Yep.
Where Finbar Marley was in the ruck, Peatling was in there, Berry was in there, and Edwards was in there. Do you know who they were up against? Fort, Neil, Dunkley, and one of the Ashcrofts.
Like I said, you're playing the
They won 3 centre squares in a row, 3 goals. In actual fact, Ashcroft broke from one centre square and kicked the ball on the goal line for a goal. And the midfielder was in.
But you're playing the back-to-back premiers and understand that
I get
that's
that.
who they are.
No, but okay, let's judge ourselves against the best.
Yeah,
now,
I
if you
agree.
want to, and we're all here to win a flag, that is the last 2 years premiership team, the midfield, couldn't get it done, didn't get it done again. on the back of 2 finals where they didn't win a quarter through the midfield. So all this time they've known that. And they're dicking around with all these things. They know what they want. Get it right.
Have your say. 8223 0000 strong from Rowey as we lead up to 5 o'clock. Eddie Maguire next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Unmissable April offers at BWS. Get a bottle of the Glenlivet 12-year-old Scotch for $76. Save $16. Hurry, offer ends Tuesday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise.
Mark Boris is the mentor who keeps choosing stories over spreadsheets and keeps feeding those big ideas. So keep good company with the Mentor podcast.
You might have heard Dave and Will talking about Matt from Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. If you need a ute, van or truck, Matt has you covered. Moving house? Moving something too big or messy for your car? Or planning a family road trip? Ask for Matt's 5AA mates rates. Moving trucks, single and dual cab utes, 4x4s with canopies, vans, even 12 to 22 seat buses, all ready to go. Visit avis.com.au or call 8241 5200.
It's happening here right now in South Australia. Cyber attacks, they don't just hit big brands in Sydney and Melbourne, no. They're on our doorstep attacking businesses across our state.
Guess who's coming out to see me this week?
FX.
Yep, there you go.
Dean Brogan.
A council has reported more than 40,000 files were taken in a cyber incident. What?
That is a lot. Across Australia, cybercrime is reported every 6 minutes. Can you believe that? And for a small business, the average reported cost is $56,000. You can't afford that.
I need brogues.
Yeah.
I need effects. Is your business getting hacked tomorrow? Is it? What's exposed? Well, here you go. Payroll, invoices, customer data, your reputation.
Good point. Hackers hunt easy wins. That's why it's so important to get in touch with a company called FX IT. Now, you get your free cyber security audit. That's all it is. Get that audit done. FX IT are cybersecurity experts protecting businesses all over Australia from its real-life threat. Now, don't be an easy win for the cyber criminals. Make it hard. Book your free security order now at fx.com.au/protect. That is efex.com.au/protect.
Up to the minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Down to 15 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 28. With the 5 o'clock news, good evening, I'm Mel Usher.
Nurse Next Door, offering caregiving and nursing services to help you to stay at home. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Former Australian Electoral Commissioner Tom Rogers will carry out a sweeping independent review into the March state election. Mr Rogers oversaw 3 successful federal elections while Australian Electoral Commissioner between 2014 and 2024. Premier Peter Malinauskas says he will look at management and oversight.
At the most recent state election, we saw a number of examples of things going wrong in terms of the logistics associated to the conduct of the election itself.
Mr Rogers will report back to Parliament on a date to be set. The Youth and Street Gangs Task Force is investigating after bullets were fired at a house and car on Prosperity Way at Andrews Farm. A bullet hole was discovered in a front window by the occupant around 7:30 this morning. It's believed to be a targeted attack in the early hours. Tech giants will be penalised unless they strike deals with news organisations to use their content. More from Michael Packey.
A few years ago, Google and Meta were forced to reach agreements with major media organisations to pay for the news content shared on their platforms. While the Google deal remains in place, Meta abandoned the payment and removed most news content from its sites like Facebook. But under proposed legislation, Google, Meta and TikTok would be fined more than 2% of their revenue if they fail to reach agreements with media outlets. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says it's vital journalism is sustained.
It's something that defines the way that Australian society operates.
News organisations have welcomed the move, but the opposition claims the government has been slow to act.
The Prime Minister says he will happily work with David Bratt if he's officially appointed US Ambassador to Australia. Donald Trump has nominated the former Republican congressman to represent the United States in Canberra. The American Senate still needs to confirm the decision before Mr Bratt can take up the post. The Albanese government has seized on a major costing mistake by Shadow Treasurer Tim Wilson. Mr Wilson was spruiking the opposition's new fuel policy, where he repeatedly claimed the cost of the measure was $80 billion. But the plan to boost petrol and diesel security is only $800 million. The government argues this is not Mr Wilson's first mistake and he's not fit to be the alternative treasurer of the country. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Gazman Flash Sale event is on now. Up to 50% off selected styles. Shop in store or online now.
Will Dan Curtin be back for Friday night's showdown? Crows vice-captain Ben Keys says it could happen.
Really excited. Yeah, he's been incredible in his rehab. He's attacked it. He's so important to our group on and off the field. You saw his form last year. He really flourished into, one of the next sort of stars of the competition. So it'd be great to have him back out there. And he's done a mountain of work as well.
Darcy Moore will return against Hawthorn on Thursday night, but Scott Pendlebury won't be there. In the biggest off-field move of the AFL season so far, Melbourne has parted ways with its Chief Executive Officer. Paul Guerra leaves after just 7 months in the role. And in cricket, South Australia has welcomed Jake Weatherald back after a 3-year stint in Tasmania, while wicketkeeper batsman Matthew Gilkes has also joined the local team after 45 first-class appearances for New South Wales. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Book now at St Francis Winery, Old Ranella for Mother's Day, breakfast, lunch or dinner. Book now.
St Mary's a crash to look out for. Aylifs Road near Shepherd's Hill Road, Brooklyn Park, crash there. Holbrooks Road near Henley Beach Road. And Kernelite Gardens, another smash getting clear to Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Busy Fullerton Road at the Britannia Roundabout. Slow Marion Road, Marion with the camera, Halsey Road, Elizabeth East. Get an MGenius deal on the MGHS plug-in super hybrid SUV, now with $6,000 cash back. T's and C's apply. See your MG dealer today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 15 overnight, mostly sunny for your Wednesday, 28. Thursday, partly cloudy, 28. Friday, mostly sunny and 29. Right now, it's 23 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, how an accused car thief ended up underwater and then under arrest in Crafers. See the moment a woman says she was terrorised at a Hoon hotspot north of Adelaide. Bunnings' new solar subscription, what you need to know before signing up. Plus, the White House Tea Party fit for the King and Queen. 9 News, your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Hi, Brett Ibbott here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with a little secret of how you can get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. You can unlock their end of financial year deals early. You heard right, we can give them to you right now. That's immediate delivery on all makes, models and colours. Plus low-K demos must go. No gimmicks, just early end of financial year deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Every day, CommBank is helping millions of Aussies get ahead with Australia's best banking app, 16 years in a row. To find out more, search CommBank app. CanStar 2025 Bank of the Year, digital banking.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Seeking a job or career advice? The Careers and Employment Expo, Adelaide Showground, May 7 to 9. Entries free. kjex.com.au. Never miss a beat this Heart Week and book a heart health check with your GP today. Brought to you by the Heart Foundation. 5AA, supporting local business.
The global fuel shortage is affecting us all. To keep Australia moving, the government has been working to secure fuel supply and has put in place the 4-level National Fuel Security Plan. We're now at level 2 and we all have our part to play. Simple actions like driving less and finding more efficient ways to use your car will help our supply go further and save fuel for our truckies, farmers and essential services. Every little bit helps. For fuel-saving tips, visit fuelplan.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Eddie Maguire as the AFL's countless spot fires intensify. Former Crow and Showdown medalist Brett James with us at 5:30, plus Adelaide Thunderbirds tickets to give away, and their premiership defender Matilda Garrett joins us.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
At 9 after 5 on this Tuesday night, still time for your calls tonight on the back of Rowey's analysis on the Crows just before the break. I'd love you to say 8223 0000. But right now, let's welcome in Eddie.
And now,
you got to listen to me, mate.
On the 5AA Sports Show,
I'll give you the tip.
it's Eddie Maguire.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Thanks to Lexus of Adelaide, South Australia's exclusive Lexus dealer. Exceptional service plus encore benefits like complimentary loan cars and premium events.
It certainly has been a big week in footy.
And Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Oh, Eddie, welcome. We were talking about the state of the game. There's a saying about jumping on a grenade. They've jumped on their own, the AFL. I've not known a worse fortnight for an organisation in my born natural.
I think the great Sam Newman, that philosopher, would say if it was raining soup, they'd grab a fork at the moment, wouldn't they? They are sticking their head in the lion's mouth and pulling its tail for some reason. But yes, hopefully they can just take a deep breath and stop trying to save the world from everything every day. I mean, I actually think they made a blue about what they did yesterday with the Ark. I think they should have just let it go. And when you look at the Ark, there's actually nothing wrong with the Ark. What's wrong with the Ark is the people looking at the Ark. It keeps getting it right. I mean, the vision's there. All you have to do is look at it. Now, you know, the North Melbourne touch situation. I mean, I was watching that game at home with some friends, and they went to the wrong look. They looked at the second touch and wasted all the time looking at that. And clearly they had been given a rocket. Don't take too long looking at these, holding up the game after the stuff with Marshall the day before. And, you know, just you shake your head sometimes, don't you? But anyway, there it is. What do you guys reckon? I mean, we brought this whole thing in because Adelaide got ripped off in that final when Keys' goal was you know, said to be a point. That's the one that they have to be able to go back to.
Yeah.
It's the main ones that can cost you a spot in the finals.
Yeah.
You know, now Marshall taking a mark, did he, you know, by a fraction of an inch in a game that's decided by 101 points. I mean, does it really matter? That's inconsequential. But something like Keys, you know, we've got to be able to have the opportunity to go, hang on a second, let's just hold it and go back and have a look. And in that situation, there's plenty of time to have a dead ball, if you like, to go and have a good check of it.
Eddie, I don't think there's a solution to that still, is there?
With the Keys result?
Yeah, if it happened again today, what would change?
Well, you could see from where it was, couldn't you, from memory, or could you not see it?
It was a hard one to see and call, but
there's no snicko on our post.
And we've just been told that if play goes on, which you know they were arguing about it when the ball was up on the wing, you can't do that now because Greg Swans just said no, they won't be able to do it.
That's my point. I think they should be able to do it, but what they need to do is have some people who understand the game and work it out. Now, I mean, I'll throw this one up to you boys, and I suggest this. I might say it tonight on Footy Classified as well, but. I think the easy... now, this is looking for a solution, and the last thing we wanted to do was keep changing the rules. However, if we change the rules that all the ball has to do is break the plane, which is the case, say, in gridiron, as opposed to the entire ball going over, then all they have to do is look up and see if there's a little yellow dot that's past the goalpost or a little red dot on a footy, and then that's the result. I think what we're trying to do in trying to see is the entire ball over. You know, it just takes too long. And makes it too hard. I mean, the easy solution is to have 4 goal umpires and don't worry about it. I mean, if you did that, you'd change it. Now, can I throw another one for you, boys? Just have a discussion about this one. If we got rid of touched off the boot, and if the ball goes over 15 metres and you mark it, it's a mark. That gets rid of all the other dramas that we have. If we get touched off the boot, why do we reward the bloke who doesn't smother properly, as opposed to the bloke who kicks the ball who's making the play?
Oh, that's a massive seismic shift.
Yeah, it is, but what we're finding, though, is that we didn't know that this was happening every time they kicked the ball just about. I mean, it is a seismic shift, but all I'm trying to do is get away from the legalese of the AFL. You know that at the moment for a rush behind, there's the rule and 4 subsets. Now, we've got the same now for out of bounds. I mean, every time we bring in a rule, we bring in 4 elements to the rule instead of This used to be a game that had no rules. Don't hit them in the head, don't trip them, don't push them in the back. It was basically it, bounce the ball every 10 yards back in the old days, etc., etc. Now there are subsets and duty of care and all these things. It's a game that should be played on instinct. And we're looking for perfect results.
Eddie, we've had that last disposal out of bounds here in Sanford for nearly a decade, and honestly, it's the way it's umpired that makes it work.
Correct.
And we have it for the full oval. And if there's any doubt, they just look at each other. Yeah, we'll throw it in.
Throw it in.
And players don't argue, and they do it as quick as that, and it's all over, and they move on.
Yeah.
There's no arc in it.
100%. Now, maybe it's because the AFL there's more cameras at the games, etc. Now, I'll declare an interest. My company actually broadcast the Sandford, so we did. We've been involved in it.
You do a great job too.
That's why it works, because it's done properly in the spirit of the game. The players get it, the umpires get it, and if there's any doubt, throw it in, nil or draw, and away we go.
Perfect.
And I think you guys have hit it right on the head.
Yeah,
the problem is that the AFL are trying to live in a perfect world in an imperfect game. Our game is a random game played by people with no offside rule, with an oval ball on an oval ground, with people running around, with umpires who don't know the rules. And no, but you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're spot on.
Let's get going with it.
Yeah.
And, we're just pulling up everything. And, the stand rule works, but it's the umpires, again, pulling blokes back 50 metres when they're not doing anything. The situation we saw with the Gold Coast the other day was just incredibly dumb at a pivotal moment in the game. And now they're going, we're going to yell their name out. Just come on, guys, relax.
The AFL's like the worst helicopter parent in the world. That's
great call. Hey, Eddie.
Well, but can I just throw to you on this one, though, mate? It's as simple as this, Rowey. If you put lawyers in a room, do you reckon you get to a result that makes sense?
No.
And it is easy?
No.
I've had a handshake deal, I reckon, for 25 years with Channel 9, quite simply because as soon as it goes to the lawyers, everything stops.
Yes.
And then I go, look, I'll turn up, I'll do the show, ask me what to do, whatever you want, I'll do that. Make sure you deposit the cheque on a Thursday. Yeah. And it seems to work okay.
Hey, Eddie,
old school.
The NGA and father-son changes, it's one of the old classic AFL things. They leak, and then it'll happen, right? They could give list managers maybe as much as 5 months' notice that this is going to happen. I'd like to say to you, if this was done when Nick and Josh Dacos were in
World
the
War
picture, you would go to town on the AFL on this one. I just can't believe that they're just going to float through and give list managers 5 months' notice on this.
Well, I think it's going to happen tomorrow. I think Timmy will have this story tonight on Footy Classified.
I just can't believe they think that this is a good thing.
Well, last year was the year to do it because, what was happening is the academy advantages for the Northern States has got out of whack. And again, this goes back to, I was screaming about this in 2002, so that's how long ago. In fact, take that back, 2001 was the first time I was screaming about it and it was basically when Blake Caracella was forced out of Essendon and ended up at Brisbane, who just won the premiership. And we thought, well, we've finally got over that. We fought through all the situation. They were going to get zones. Remember, if you lived within 50 miles or 50 kilometres of the GPO in Brisbane, you could get in. I was able to kill that off, and that meant David Hale ended up going into the draft and ended up at North Melbourne. But ultimately, we've got back to where we are. Again, I've screamed forever about free agency. It's always going to be affected by the big Melbourne clubs generally. But when you've got a situation where, the team that wins back-to-back premierships and has played in 3 grand finals in a row and unlucky not to have got 3 grand final victories in a row, and they're racking up that not only the father-sons but the academy players, but then they get the 2 best players that are free agents going to them. It's just completely out of whack. And then everyone wonders why we've got a 2-tiered competition at the moment with Tasmania yet to come.
Yeah.
Now, I totally agree with you, and I'm disappointed for Port Adelaide in this situation because they've got a good young player coming through. I think they should have just let it go until Tassie comes up and then make the adjustments as you go.
Yeah. Share with us what you're going to break tonight with Cal. What is it? What is the new rule? Just tease us. What is it?
Which one?
Well, the rule, the new tweak
rule.
of the draft rule. What is it?
I think it's what they were saying. I think you're going to get the rough end of the pineapple.
Okay, and
I say pineapple because they get the good end of the pineapple up there. The pineapple munchers up there in Queensland, but it's a tough one. That's
it's a
for
tough
sure.
one.
So
we call
I think they're going to go on with it.
Yeah, we call it a zucchini down here. Hey, just before you go, you didn't answer the question. Would have you gone bunter, gone to war with the AFL if it happened with Nick Dacos?
To that smell you can smell in the air. That's AFL House burning down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But they don't listen to us, Eddie. We're just, it just gives me the earthers.
Well, I'd be still there kicking the door in about Keys's point.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Look, it is. I mean, look, I understand the AFL going, yeah, we all know that we're going to make the changes, so when do you make the change? There's always somebody who complains.
Yeah.
But you could have read that last year and come out and just got it right and got the balance right. No one would be complaining.
Okay.
Anyway, I suppose it is what it is. But yeah, it has been a horrible couple of weeks. I think the tribunals have just been, I was in at AFL House yesterday. They know, and they know that they've made mistakes, and Greg Swan's, trying to move in the right direction. Yeah, but again, I just think they might have overreacted on the arc. Yes, it can be annoying to people, but it annoyingly gets it right eventually. But what we've got is too much going wrong all the time. So yeah, it's a disappointing period. Having said that, the footy itself has been fantastic, and Anzac Day for the crowd aspect was wonderful. And you guys have got the showdown coming up, so that should be a big go.
The biggest game of the year for us, Showdown 59 Friday night.
Hey, Eddie, when you went to AFL House, were you driving a Lexus?
Mate, I'm about to jump in a Lexus now to go and do footy classified tonight. And, the guys down there at Lexus of Adelaide, it is. I just can't tell you how good the service is down there. So go and buy your car. The new EVs are coming in, which are just unbelievable. It's like getting in a spaceship and never having to worry about going to a petrol station again. And, of course, tonight, if you've got the beautiful new televisions from the Harvey Norman clearance sales that they have, you'll be able to watch me in full colour and just bouncing off the walls at you.
Beautifully done, Eddie.
Great
Love
work.
you, mate. Good work. Good luck tonight on Footy Classified.
See you, legend.
They've got the NX250 coming out as well, the Lexus 25 plate. So Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. There's new stock arriving weekly. Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Lots to go through there with Eddie. 21 minutes after 5. Let's get to your roads around Adelaide. And you book now at St Francis Winery, Old Ranelagh for Mother's Day. Breakfast, lunch or dinner.
Afternoon, it's at Mary's. A crash to look out for. Ayliffe Road near Shepherd's Hill Road. Another collision at Brooklyn Park. Holbrooks Road near Henley Beach Road. Another smash getting cleared at Colonelite Gardens. Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Busy right now. South Road, Edward Sound slow. Fullerton Road driving through Dulwich. And got a camera at Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North. Australia's biggest Keno jackpot is yours for the taking. Your $40 billion moment could be just 3 minutes away. Download the Keno Go app and play for your chance to win. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy invite some of their pals from the world of sport onto the show for a chat. Thanks to Pals, Parafield Airport Liquor, home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. Life's better with your pals.
If you're after legendary reliability and safety, get a Toyota forklift. Yep, Toyota is still the world's #1 forklift brand, famous across just about every industry for their reliability and safety. That's the Toyota Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. From modern curved styles to classic heritage gables, everything is custom built using genuine Australian blue scope steel for strength and durability. Explore the range and ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Soft drinks, sport drinks, fruit drinks, energy drinks. The sugar in any sugary drink is sugar your body doesn't need. It can get turned into fat. including toxic fat around your vital organs, which can lead to cancer, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Our bodies work best on water. It's sugar-free, fat-free, and if you get it from the tap, virtually free. Find out more at livelighter.com.au. A message from Preventive Health SA.
Rosanna Maggiorelli here on 7 News. The terrifying moment a woman set upon after confronting hoons north of Adelaide. The shocking reason an Adelaide mum was forced to change hospitals mid-labour, and milestone man Mitch Georgiadis on his future at Alberton.
MotoGP is coming to Adelaide in 2027. But South Australia's bike racing moment starts now. ASBK Round 3 hits the Bend, May 1 to 3. Free GA Friday and epic superbike racing all weekend. Get your fix now at thebend.com.au.
Your business has most likely been targeted by a cyber attack. You just don't know it yet. Often the future attack hides quietly in your system, watching, waiting, learning how your business works. That's how most attacks start. FX IT helps Australian businesses find threats early, before they become crippling. Don't be the easy win for cyber criminals. Book your free security audit now at fx.com.au/protect.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
25 after 5 on this Tuesday night with Brett James joining us very shortly at 5:30. Injury list. If you have a personal injury claim, get the compensation you deserve by visiting clklegal.com.au. The Crows have named 2 players as a test for this week's showdown. Alex Neil-Bullen with his minor knee concern will look to return, and Darcy Fogarty, after about 3 weeks out of the game with a back, is a test as well. And Callum Archie, this is nice to hear for Crows fans, 1 week away with that hamstring. Hingy's 2 to 3. So there are the most up-to-date for the Crows. For Port Adelaide, Tommy Cochrane is a test after his hamstring concern, a second one he's had this season. And Harrison Ram and Asava Radigalia are looking very close to returning. They're 1 and 1 to 2 weeks away with their injuries.
That is good CLK Legal Injury Report news. Thank you
Well
for that,
done.
Sam Tugwell.
Hello, Ken at Modbury North.
Yes, hello. Listen, I'm trying to understand with Channel 7 why Port games, well, Saturday night was delayed hour and a half. Channel 7, 4, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 all available and yet not used. Why is that?
It's the TV rights with Fox. Yeah. So Fox have exclusive rights on Saturdays. This happened last year as well. It's going to happen for the next, I think, 5 or so years. Yeah. And so Saturdays, Channel 7 can have the local. They can have the local SA games, but only on delay of an hour and a half.
And that's for eight rounds.
I think it's about 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, when we first signed in, this is about selling the farm. Every Crow and Port game was free to air live.
Yeah, that's
and then it got filtered and filtered and filtered, and we've landed here. Thanks, Ken. It's a shame. Hello, John.
Stephen, Timmy.
Hey, John.
And Co. No, I just about Showdown. That should be a standalone game.
Of course it should.
That's absolutely disgraceful. You know?
They did it to
the person who done
the Sydney game too, John. They did it to the yeah.
It's absolutely. I reckon they must have put it all on a dartboard and just threw darts. Oh yeah, that'll go there, but.
Well, Jimmy Bartell, our Wednesday man, reckons this rooster in Canada who has a helicopter on his head,
a
propeller on his head, and a red nose, one of those clowning-looking things.
I don't think he added that. But
didn't he? Yeah.
You're on the money, though.
A propeller head, I think, call him.
Yeah, he's basically saying
it's a joke.
It's done by people that have got the AI, and but like he said, just bring it as a draft, and then look, that doesn't fit. No, that doesn't look right. Let's mix that up. While you don't play each other either once or twice, you never have a
perfect
fixture or draw. So until then, trying to get that right and balance it is a difficult task. We get that, but then you've got, as Ken just brought up, you've got the issues of broadcasting as well, and what you've got to satisfy there.
Maximising crowds. And while the AFL thinks there's 4 big VFL teams, and that's what they are, that draw the crowds and get 13 home games at the MCG and 14 in some case.
When they're not playing well.
It will always be a fixture.
You're right.
Let's get to the 5:30 headlines. Brett James is going to be next.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Political violence very much the subject of discussion in the US at the moment.
David Pentworthy and Will Goodings.
Trump's now survived 3 direct attacks. I mean, this Jimmy Kimmel stuff. Well, for those that haven't heard it, here's what he said.
Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
5AA Breakfast.
That's what passes for comedy.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Can you imagine someone saying something like that in Australia? Well, yeah, you wouldn't.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
A year of roadside assistance is now included with eligible NRMA car insurance policies in South Australia, whether you're a new customer or an existing customer renewing your policy, because that's what a help company would do. Renew your eligible policy or get a quote today at nrma.com.au/SA roadside. SA risk addresses only. Excludes CTP and classic car insurance. Offer may be withdrawn at any time. Always read the PDS. PDS and T&Ds available from NRMA Insurance. 12 months of everyday care roadside assistance provided by National Roads and Motorists Association Limited. Trading as NRMA. Separate and independent from NRMA Insurance.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the 5:30 News headlines. A former Australian Electoral Commissioner will conduct an independent review into the state election. The Youth and Street Gangs Task Force is investigating after bullets were fired at a house and car on Prosperity Way at Andrews Farm. The Prime Minister says he'll happily work with David Bratt if he's officially appointed US Ambassador to Australia. And in sport, Adelaide Vice-Captain Alex Neil-Bullen is likely to return from a minor knee injury to face Port in Friday night showdown. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Book now at St Francis Winery, Old Ranella for Mother's Day, breakfast, lunch or dinner. Book now.
Afternoon, it's at Mary's, a crash to look out for. Ayliffe Road near Shepherd's Hill Road. Another collision at Brooklyn Park. Holbrooks Road near Henley Beach Road. Another smash getting cleared at Colonelite Gardens, Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Busy right now, South Road, Edwardstown slow. Fullerton Road driving through Dulwich. And got a camera at Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North. Australia's biggest Keno jackpot is yours for the taking. Your $40 billion moment could be just 3 minutes away. Download the Keno Go app and play for your chance to win. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, down to 15 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 28. Right now it's 22 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Audio. It's more powerful than you think. What you hear can take you far from here. It can move you to dance, to run, to tears. It's all in your ears. For advertising with the power to reach 4 times more Australians than ad-supported Spotify, start with commercial radio and audio, where brands are heard. CRA.au.
Adelaide, this is the one. Sportsbet Goodwood Day, the grand final of South Australian racing. A day where Morfettville comes alive, both on and off the track. From Club Largo to the CC Giddy Up Club, the day moves from trackside to party. So, lock it in, get your mates together and don't miss it. World-class racing, trackside energy. A day you don't want to hear about secondhand. General admission, just $30. Sportsbet Goodwood Day, Saturday, May 9. Be there. Gamble responsibly.
A Piermount Hotel is your place to raise a glass, enjoy a great meal and settle in. Download Piermount's First Draft loyalty app to unlock perks, rewards, cheeky offers and member benefits across all 7 Piermount hotels, including the Albion. Plus, your first draft is on us. Enjoy a $10 bonus just for signing up. One app, endless rewards for locals who love their local. Visit piermount.com.au to explore our hotels and download First Draft today.
There are many reasons why Steinborner Automotive is well worth a trip, with over 400 cars in stock across 10 yards in Gawler, Barossa and Clare, including Steinborner Mitsubishi and Yuri Utpa, with a great selection of the best value new demo and low kilometre Triton, Pajero, Sport, ASX and Outlander. Along with outstanding service from our award-winning staff, you know it's well worth a trip to Steinborner Mitsubishi. View our whole range of Mitsubishi at steinborner.com.au.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
26-6. Matilda Garrett from the Adelaide Thunderbirds isn't too far away on the program. It is showdown week. All the excitement, the build up to Friday night. We'll be there calling it live on 5AA. But let's cast our minds back a few years.
Up over the top was Burrow. There it is. A huge roar from the Crows fans, and it really was a fantastic victory in the finish. They've won by 7 points, near on impossible conditions to handle the football, and they're pretty happy about it too. They've won this showdown number 2 by 7 points.
Yeah, after losing the first one, let's reminisce. Let's go to Crows dual premiership player in Norwood. Great teammate of mine. We loved him, Brett James. Madge, welcome.
How you going, Rowey?
Now, you played in 7 showdowns I've got here against Port. What's your record? Do you know what it is?
No, I wouldn't have a clue. I'll say we won more than we lost. How does that sound?
Well, Could be accurate. You won 3 and lost 4. I looked it up.
Yeah. No, Port were actually, they started off, as a pretty good team, and by the time you hit 2000, they'd formed a real good group.
Yeah, they did. Now, the reason we played Showdown 2, it was in trying conditions. We won by 7 points, we being the Crows. And you got the Showdown medal in retrospect. How good was that? Was that last year?
Yeah, it was. I think it was the first Showdown they had last year. They handed out, I think, the 6 that they didn't have, they hadn't given an award for. They handed the 6 out. So I think that there were 3 Adelaide and 3 Port guys received an award.
So what's your memory of that? It sounded like it was wet. I can't remember that far back. And were you in the back pocket, Madge?
No, I was in the middle that day.
Oh, good man.
Yeah, every now. Yeah, well, when we had injuries, that was I was allowed in there.
Okay.
We had a few injuries, so we had a few blokes out that day. But yeah, we started off and we were basically down. And after the first one, things weren't looking great. But yeah, we had a fantastic last quarter and kicked a few goals, some really good goals late, and got over in the end by a couple goals, I think it was, roughly.
Yeah. Can I go back to, it was 7 points. Can I go back to the first one in 97? It was round 4. Port, it was their first year, all that sort of stuff. They won by 9 points. Is it myth or fact that Malcolm Blight took you in the rooms and wrote a number up on the board?
No, that's true.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, obviously he wrote a number on the board, and I don't think any of us really were that smart and could work out what Blighty was on about. And I think Liffey, in the end, he worked out there was, I think it was 17 weeks left. This one game didn't really mean too much in the sense of the whole season. So it was kind of one to forget about, because obviously there was a fair bit of pressure on us going into that game round 1. And we, people probably don't remember, we had a lot of injuries, and they were a lot of our good players. So we were a little bit undermanned, and as I said, Port formed a really good list straight away. It wasn't like, we were a really strong group and they were weak and they beat us. They were actually a pretty formidable side right from the get-go. So, but Blighty just said, look, just 1 week, we're building to, we want to play finals. So it's just one of those days you have. And, it was obviously the second time we played him, it was a bit of a relief to get over the line.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, you played for Collingwood, so you would have played in Collingwood-Carlton clashes. You're from Norwood, so you knew the rivalry between Port and Norwood. When this first came about, did you get a similar vibe, and did it build as it went on?
Oh, it was... As I said, we were Norwood, so I grew up not liking Port at all. So that was pretty simple. So when they came in, for us it was definitely the build up for the first one was huge, and that's why I think after the game we all felt pretty down, and Blighty was trying to just turn it, get our minds back where we needed to be.
Yeah, very clever.
But as I said, the actual build up, and it was like a final, and pretty much all those, particularly early when you haven't played each other much, and there was a lot of awe probably about the games a little bit because they'd beaten us and they weren't expected to. Yeah, they were definitely finals type games.
That's good. It holds a unique stat, if you like, for showdowns. I don't know any other game could or competition
or rivalry
could actually come compare to this, but 3 pairs of brothers have played against each other in showdowns. You guys, of course, Roger, yourself, the Bond brothers, and the Bassetts.
Serious?
Oh, I forgot about the Bass. Yeah.
And the irony of that is 2 from Norwood and the other pair from Port.
Wow.
How's the irony of that?
Yeah, well, and the thing was, they were spread, and I know when Roger went there, I went, how do you go to Port? But because, it's one of those things, just go, but, I mean, Roger really loved his time at Port Adelaide. And you can see
we loved him.
I think I read a stat even the last 10 years, they're third or fourth in the most wins in the last 10 years. So they've been a really successful club. They just haven't been able to really put it together towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. But was it for 2 brothers grow up, playing with each other, very close and the like? Was it weird playing against each other?
Yeah, definitely weird. Probably the first couple times. After that, it gets back, and it's probably even like the game itself. Once you've done it a few times, it kind of gets back to normal a little bit.
Yeah.
But it definitely, the first time you walked out there, it didn't seem right really, because we played together at Norwood, and growing up, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to play league footy at Norwood together. So that was because when I started, that's pre-Crows, and I'm that old. So growing up, that was your aim. You wanted to play league footy at whatever club you could get to.
Well, you both did it, no doubt about that. What about Blighty himself? I think you started on the bench in the 97 AFL Grand Final, but by 98, you were one of his favourites, mate. So you must have won him over.
Well, I only played the Grand Final in 97 because about the only injury I ever had. I just nicked a quad 2 or 3 weeks before finals, and it wasn't much, but going back, I think Nord, we had to buy the last round, so when I was meant to get a game in, and then we were top, so I missed another week, so it ended up being about 5 weeks.
Right.
That I didn't actually play for. So, I was just lucky that, for me, it was fortunate that I think Trent Allen and Mods kind of had issues, and they had to bring a couple of blokes in, so I was just lucky enough I'd only played the one game. We played Port beat us in that final on the Sunday, and then I came into the AFL Grand Final the next week.
No, well done. The rest is history. 2 flags in as many weeks. Hey, Madge, Blighty, can I go back to him? I know Port through Jack and the era, and certainly our coaches through the era of, Barmy, you were with me with Barmy. We built them up as rivalries, and they were treated as such. Was Blighty the same, or was it just another game for him? It was just another 4 points?
Blighty's really good. He just kept footy really, really simple. He never made anything. I mean, he used to get angry every now and again, but other than that, generally he was pretty easygoing. And as a player, you learn a fair bit off him because he just made the game simple. So there was never a real build-up. And even when we played finals and that, generally he kept it all pretty simple and just said enjoy it. That's Blighty's attitude with everything. Just whatever you're doing, just go out and enjoy it. Right? Because I think most people play their best footy when they're feel comfortable and enjoyable.
My word, and he certainly got the best out of all of you. It's Showdown 59. The Crows are 2 up on Port Adelaide. Crows are on the rebound. Did you see that game with Brisbane? And for that matter, did you watch Port under Joshy Carr? They're starting to get their gears cranked over. It's going to be a big one. How do you see it roll out?
Well, as I said, Port's got them players that if you let them control the game and you want to let them free will, you're going to give yourself some headaches. So, Adelaide have definitely got to control their key playmakers. And I think, through the midfield, they can definitely cause us some havoc through there. So, I think Adelaide definitely have to control midfield stoppage where they can get, don't allow Port to get field position. That's probably the most important part, because Port are pretty good. Once they get field position, they're actually, they set up behind the ball pretty well. So, Horn Francis and those around stoppage, they do take a bit of a punt, but when it works, they're pretty hard to stop.
Hey, Brett, you're 53, I think, now. Is that right?
Yep.
You still doing anything silly like pulling the boots on?
No, I haven't done that for a while. I stopped a couple of years ago.
Oh, God.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Do you know how many games you played, period,
it'd be
full
phenomenal.
Stop? Be over 500, wouldn't it, Match?
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone did a go. I think I'm over 650, something like that. There was,
Wow.
So that's Crows.
Yeah, Kersbrook, of course.
I came back
Collingwood,
to Kersbrook.
Yeah.
I played here for 15 years and coached here for about 15 years when I finished at Norwood, and then my son hurt himself playing footy and couldn't play the last half of the year a couple of years ago, so I came and played the last 6 or 8 games, and that was, and then when I finished that, I said, I think I'm done. That was enough.
When was the last time you and Rog actually played together? Because you did...
No. Well, Roger, that year, he actually was the one that started it, because he said, we've all got to finish at the same time.
Right.
So we played a game against Torrens Valley in the Bees, and me, Roger and Paul all played together, and Roger took about 3 months to recover. He pulled a hamstring, and he's never recovered, but it was his idea, and then he told us we were stupid for making him do it.
That'd be Rog. That would be Rog.
That is classic. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, your kids, how old are they now, your boys?
So I've got a son, Archie. He's playing under 18s at Norwood, and my daughter, she plays netball at Tango.
Okay.
She's 16, yeah.
Okay, and Archie going all right at Norwood?
Yeah, he's a bit different to me. He's probably 6'2.5". He's a pretty big unit. So he's going on. He's had a fair few injuries on the way through, but the last year or so he's been able to get on the park a bit more. So all looking good. And my daughter, she's above me as well. So
wow,
I'm nearly the runt of the family.
You're not the runt, Madge. I hope Archie's as clean as you were, never missed a target, and as competitive and as good. Brett, it'd be bloody brilliant. Hey, thanks for sharing that. It's Showdown Week. We love reminiscing and going back. You're awesome. A star, Madge. Thanks for your time.
No worries, guys.
Well done.
See you, Brett. Good man.
He was a terrific footballer.
Oh, yeah. Unreal.
He was a bit like King O'Taylor. He just stayed at a level.
A
high
that's right.
level.
That's right. There's no...
Never had a bad game. I mean, he's won a Showdown medal, so
there's
that's
no
ridiculous.
roller coaster ride.
No. You knew what you got with Madge.
Very, very true.
Yeah. You know what we called him, Madge? We had a player skit when Craigie was the coach. This is before the Crows. Yeah. And he was just a kid. And Andrew Jarman put it on, and
no doubt,
Andrew Jarman was Dame Edna.
Oh yes,
and you know,
and
Madge,
that was the her mate, the tea lady. Yeah,
the tea lady who didn't talk because he was very shy.
Yeah.
He didn't talk.
Yeah,
so he was Madge.
Brilliant,
and it's just stuck ever since.
Amazing.
A man of few
Love
words,
nicknames.
and only a handful of us know that it's Madge, but he answered to it. So
that is so good. 14-6. All thanks to Parafield Airport Liquor Home, the hardest to find wines, beers, and spirits. And of course, if you're after that special drop, trust your pals to have it. Life is better with your pals. Let's check your traffic. Book now at St Francis Winery at Old Ranella for Mother's Day. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
At Bolivar, a breakdown the north-south motorway near the interchange. Blair Athol, a crash to look out for. Grand Junction Road near the Servo, and another collision getting sorted at St Mary's, Ailofs Road near Shepherd's Hill Road. Praying at Brooklyn Park to look out for. Holbrooks Road near Henley Beach Road with a camera tonight. George Street, Theberton. The all-electric Cherry E5 with 430 kilometres of range now from just $37,990 drive away. See your Cherry dealer today. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
MotoGP is coming to Adelaide in 2027. But South Australia's bike racing moment starts now. ASBK Round 3 hits the Bend, May 1 to 3. Free GA Friday and epic superbike racing all weekend. Get your fix now at thebend.com.au.
At Nurse Next Door, we believe in making lives better, helping you stay independent at home with the right support in place. As a government-registered support-at-home provider, we'll guide you through your options and help you get the most from your aged care funding. With no lock-in contracts and care overseen by a registered nurse, we'll tailor a plan to suit your needs. To find out more, visit nursenextdoor.com.au.
Get this, my Bank SA home loan package saves me over $750 a month in interest in year one.
Really?
Yeah, and I got a dedicated home loan specialist.
Oh, nice. How?
Just go to their website and book an appointment with a lender in minutes.
Book your dedicated Bank SA home loan specialist to learn how you could save at banksa.com.au. Credit criteria, terms, conditions, fees, charges and $395 annual package fee apply. Estimated savings in interest based on the Advantage package discount on a $400,000 package standard variable rate home loan.
Tired of scrolling through countless websites to plan your holiday?
At locally owned Spark Travel, our travel experts are just a phone call away, eager to hear your needs and craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. Reach out today for a chat and let's start planning your holiday together. Look for our travel deals in the Sunday Mail. Spark Travel, where your journey begins with a conversation. King William Street, Adelaide. Phone now 88765121, sparktravel.com.au.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. When it comes to power bills, NRG Solar understands that South Australian businesses are feeling the pinch too. The Cheaper Home Battery program isn't just for homeowners. Eligible businesses can access those savings as well. NRG Solar takes a consultative approach with commercial customers, starting with how your business uses power, then designing a solar and battery solution that makes financial sense. Talk to NRG Solar and see what a solar and battery solution can do for your business. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Plan your next getaway with the experts at Spark Travel, where every journey begins with a friendly conversation. King William Street in the city or sparktravel.com.au.
When's the best time to install ducted reverse cycle air conditioning? Right now. That's because autumn is the sweet spot. After the summer rush and before the winter demand. And at Mannix, you're sure to get the best deal with up to $1,500 in savings on Fujitsu ducted. Real savings on a trusted brand, but it's only for autumn, only at Mannix. Terms and conditions apply. So don't wait. Call 1300 Mannix for a free in-home or showroom quote or go online anytime.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Taking your calls at 10 minutes to 6, 8223 0000. There's been lots talked about today, especially with Showdown being on Friday. Is it too quick to move on to Showdown for Crow supporters? Are they still frustrated about the weekend? And Port Adelaide fans,
Well, it's Tuesday, you have to. Unfortunately, you can't dwell. You've got to move on.
You do. Now, we opened the show with spot fires in the AFL, and after 5, we had Eddie Maguire backing up those spot fires. And the spot fires are things like the tribunal, the process.
The arc.
The arc. Oh, it's arced. It's put a F there, and it's arced. It is just not good. So what else needs correcting other than the umpires, because they've been woeful? You have to admit, even the staunchest backer of AFL umpires and AFL non-bashers, right, which we're told to be, would say they've had the worst start to a year in the history of the AFL. Sorry, the VFL.
Well, not according to the heads.
No, that's what we're getting at. So what spot fires do you want put out, Ange?
G'day, boys. How are you?
Hey, Ange.
I think with the game, I'll two things. I'd like to talk about Mr. Wright, our big man that reckons the umpires are really good. I think he's got a bit of foot and mouth disease from our good old umpire, Mr. Foot. I think he has no idea what he's talking about, saying that, the umpiring's been the best it's ever been. Like, come on, let's think about that. And also, how stuffed is the game when a captain can't even go speak to an umpire after a game? Like, we're talking about the Butters again, right? Why is an umpire better than anyone else? Like, Timmy, you're a captain. I'm sure you would have gone up to an umpire after a game. And Rowey, you probably wouldn't, because you'd be suspended for 5 weeks. And you love your umpires so much.
No, I never got suspended by an umpire.
Oh,
no, but I'm saying if you're a captain, you want to speak your mind, you might have.
Well, I've been a vice captain. Does that help?
That helps.
No, that's not close enough, mate. But anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to call yourself a captain, that's fine, mate. That's all good. We'll call you a VC. But I mean, is the umpires taking too much accolades, or are they more important than a player than a captain? Is that what the AFL is trying to tell us, that everything's okay?
That particular incident, they answered it, Ange, by saying once you've been reported, you're not allowed to discuss the report. So you actually can't speak to the umpire. So they cleared that one up. But I think, as we know, that whole thing was handled very poorly. And became a bit of a charade.
But he was up himself, that umpire. He put self in front of the game. He personally took
at the
what
actual
he heard
moment,
because there's sensitivities, as you said, around his employment.
Yeah, and that was another.
Have we seen Sort of Sounder number 2 since? Is he still around? Is he still?
Yes, he's been umpiring since.
He's been umpiring.
Has he? And how's he been? Good.
No, I haven't followed him closely.
Has he kept his nose clean? How's he going?
No idea.
Just interested. Is he nailing it?
haven't followed him closely.
Is he sitting under the radar and just doing his job?
I think they've tried to get... So the first game after that Port Adelaide Zach Butters match...
He went to the Gold Coast.
They went to the Gold Coast. And I reckon they did that just to keep him out of the spotlight of any people that would care.
Yeah.
Okay. And is he still at Sportsbet? So nothing's changed there? His employment is still the same? And the AFL still signed that off? And there's nothing to look at here and everything's good. So he hasn't been told to pick one. Pick that job or this job?
Well, Greg Swan did get asked about that yesterday at the press conference. Let's hear his answer.
No, well, we cleared it initially, so we have no problem. I mean, Nick's umpired the last 2 games, and, you know, we don't think that his employment's got anything to do with his ability to be an umpire, so, no, we don't have a problem with that.
No, it's got nothing to do with his ability to be an umpire, but it does have an ability to be a...
sensitive to it.
Well, a distraction or a...
the optics of it are horrendous.
The optics. I mean, OPSM.
No.
Put a pair of 2 pluses on.
Oh, let's go to
you know, with those reading glasses, what are you up to now? You've got glasses on now. What are they for?
I don't know, about 7, 8.
I had a 1 plus. I don't wear them now.
Yeah.
And my eyes have actually got better.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
I mean, I can't read the back of a Rusden bottle of wine, but... Here it doesn't matter.
It's about the 3 earlier that perhaps affect that. Let's go. Let's go to Albert. G'day, Dave.
Dave.
G'day, fellas. Hey, Tim, can you get a look at the title of that pre-5pm manifesto from Rowey? Does it read Panic Station?
Oh, okay. I like that.
It was actually
not yet, Dave.
Good rant,
not
wasn't
yet.
it?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Very good quality rant. Hey, Brogues was on earlier talking about a couple of the boys, Port boys like Lockie Jones around the 80 game mark.
Yep.
Said to a couple of mates on the weekend, I said, you got to remember footy's a bit like an apprenticeship. Like first year apprentices on site, they play with the broom, they don't do a lot. You know, that's probably your first 20 games. Second year apprentice, you get a little bit more responsibility, but still you're not actually allowed to do anything. That's probably where Logan Evans is, around that 30 game mark. But I reckon once you get to that 50 to 60 to 70 games, you're pretty much a qualified tradesman. I reckon that's when you need to take the step. And we've got a couple of blokes who are just doing that. Burgoyne around that 45, 50 game mark. So I think, the development in those guys is I've really noticed this year.
Yeah, good analogy, Dave. The other thing I'd put onto that is a first-year apprentice, and my son's been that, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
A first-year AFL player's on about $250,000.
Yeah,
so I've always been told, do a good day's pay and get do a good day's work and you get a fair day's pay.
Yeah, it's the entertainment industry, mate.
You got to earn your money. So there's no 1 to 50 games. The game doesn't know how old you are. You cross the white line, you dish it up.
But you know and I know we all have to mature into the game and we all have to learn. So don't be too hard there. Some are brilliant and come straight in and they're great players, but that'd be a very small percentage.
Look at young Cook, 6 year on the list. Bang.
Correct.
The pennies drop.
Let's go to Port Noarlunga. G'day, Steve.
Steve.
Hey, g'day, lads. How we going, legend?
All right, my friend.
Don't call us legend. You can call Timmy a legend, but I take offence to that, Steve.
No, I was called a Sam one.
I don't deserve it either, Steve.
Good on you. I just quickly, I got one point I want to raise I thought was quite funny at the pub after work tonight. But firstly, we're talking about the Anzacs. I went to, obviously, Port Noarlunga. I'm RSL. Well, went up 5 o'clock in the morning.
Good man.
Unreal. Beautiful. It was like, I don't know if beautiful was the right word, but it was excellent morning. Hundreds of people. But it was ruined by one thing. It was a coffee machine doing the making right in the middle of the sign. And everyone was, you could feel everyone looking at this caravan going, what are you doing? But I've got to say, that was not a good idea. But
well, why didn't the MC say, hey, caravan person, coffee person, turn the off?
I'll tell you right now, there's a few saying that, mate, and there was a bit of that, but eventually they did. But I just thought it actually ruined it for me.
But have some awareness. Have some awareness.
That's good.
What I didn't like. Thanks, Stephen. And you know, I've never missed an Anzac service. You're the same, Timmy. It's our special, significant day. I didn't like, whether you believe it or not, the jeering or the booing of the
the welcome to country in some states.
Just come together as one.
Correct.
Can you please?
No need for that.
Time and place.
Yeah. Not required. Yeah.
All right, time for us to get to the 6 o'clock news. Matilda Garrett from the Thunderbirds is going to join us next, and more of your calls.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Did you know that up to 5% of Australians are affected by autoimmune disorders? That's why CMAX is conducting a clinical trial that could help researchers develop better treatments for autoimmune disease. If you're aged between 18 to 65 years and generally healthy, you might be eligible to take part. Spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend multiple visits and get paid for your time. Ready to help advance the future of healthcare? Apply at cmax.com.au.
Penny's picnicking in one of Dad's favourite places, remembering him with all his favourite faces. The girls have gathered round at Jones, so Sarah knows she's not alone. All of us will be affected by cancer at some point in our lives. So this Australia's biggest morning tea, let's make it personal. Australia's biggest morning tea. Post your way. Search Biggest Morning Tea today.
The things you value deserve the best protection. Your car, your tools, your weekend projects. Alpha Industries garages and sheds will keep them safe from rain, hail and the harsh Australian sun. Made from genuine Australian blue scope steel and fully welded for strength and durability, built with you in mind. South Australian owned and operated for over 40 years, Alpha Industries builds garages and sheds that work as hard as you do. Explore the range and ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
A new way to drive without losing what you love. Meet the ID range of electric vehicles at Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. Everything you love about Volkswagen, now fully electric. From spacious SUVs to the return of the iconic van. With up to 500 kilometres of range, they're not just for the daily commute, they're built for the open road. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. EV made easy. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Interest rate rises have created uncertainty for some buyers and sellers, but demand continues to outweigh supply. Stock levels are currently sitting around 26% below the 5-year average, keeping competition strong. In a market like this, the right advice matters. You need an agent who understands the data and knows how to guide you to a successful result. With over 40 years of experience, Toop and Toop knows how to maximise your outcome. Visit toop.com.au.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Down to 15 tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, 28. With the 6 o'clock news, good evening, I'm Mel Usher.
Nurse Next Door, offering caregiving and nursing services to help you to stay at home. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Former Australian Electoral Commissioner Tom Rogers has been tasked with leading the review into SA's recent election. He'll look into the adequacy of preparations and conduct of last month's poll and First Nations voice elections. It follows the discovery of boxes of unopened votes, technical glitches on the day and delays in paying staff. Mr Rogers' final report will be tabled in both Houses of Parliament.
I'll be looking forward to providing recommendations for the terms of reference that are useful and can result in action that will ensure improvements in delivery into the future.
A man has been arrested after trying to steal a courier van at Prospect. He jumped into the driver's seat on Regency Road mid-morning while the courier was making a delivery. There was a scuffle when the driver returned as the suspect tried to drive away, the van crashing into a tree a short distance away. A 45-year-old from Hillcrest was arrested at the scene. He's been charged with a string of offences, including illegal use of a motor vehicle and acts to endanger life, and will front court tomorrow. Meta has blasted the federal government for proposed legislation forcing tech giants to pay for news content on their platforms. The company, which owns Facebook and Instagram, maintains news outlets voluntarily post material on the sites. But the media companies argue Meta makes millions of dollars from the content which is not shared. Communications Minister Annika Wells says the platforms need to help fund the journalism.
A strong and sustainable news sector matters more than ever today, whether it is the National Press Gallery, whether it is local radio or a small regional newspaper. Journalists are the lifeblood of Australian news. We need more of them, not fewer.
The opposition says an extra cent on a litre of fuel is a small price to pay to protect petrol and diesel stocks. Nelson Scott has the story.
The coalition is pledging to double Australia's minimum fuel stock to 60 days by storing an additional 1 billion litres on shore. Motorists would pay an extra 1 cent a litre at the Bowser to fund the $800 million proposal. Liberal leader Angus Taylor says it's a modest premium for energy security.
Filling up the car, fuelling up the nation and powering up our future.
But Prime Minister Anthony Albanese argues the coalition has a poor record on fuel policy, claiming Mr Taylor stored some of our reserves in the US when he was Energy Minister.
There is none who has less credibility on fuel security than Angus Taylor.
The government says it's continuing diplomatic efforts in Asia to secure petrol and diesel supplies.
Jay Bryant, the third and final suspect in the murder of Run DMC's Jam Master Jay in 2002, has admitted his role in the killing. He's pled guilty to the firearm-related murder in Queens 24 years ago. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Gazman Flash Sale event is on now. Up to 50% off selected styles. Shop in store or online now.
Adelaide Vice-Captain Alex Neil-Bullen is likely to return from a minor knee injury for Friday night showdown. Darcy Fogarty also a possible return. The local derby will be a milestone game for Port's Mitch Georgiades.
Pretty cool. I'm obviously honoured to play 100 games and it's been a great journey and hopefully many more to come, and to play in front of a showdown. It's obviously one of the biggest games in the calendar for the year, for the club and for the state, so very excited.
Brisbane's Oscar Allen will be sidelined for at least the next 3 months. He'll undergo surgery tomorrow to repair a foot fracture sustained in Sunday's win over Adelaide. Geelong forward Shannon Neal has signed a 2-year contract extension with the club that will keep him with the Cats until the end of 2030. In cricket, South Australia has signed Aussie Test opener Jake Weatherald on a 3-year deal, and renewed concerns for Live Golf and its bottom line, with the Louisiana event in June set to be postponed. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Book now at St Francis Winery, Old Ranella for Mother's Day, breakfast, lunch or dinner. Book now.
At Mawson Lakes, a crash to look out for the Salisbury Highway to Eldersmith Road. Boulevard, breakdown, the north-south motorway near the interchange. And Blair Athol, a crash there, Grand Junction Road near the Servo. Camera, Davenport Terrace, Richmond. Get an MGenius deal on the MG HS plug-in super hybrid SUV, now with $6,000 cashback. T's and C's apply. See your MG dealer today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyomaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 15 tonight, mostly sunny for your Wednesday, 28. Thursday, partly cloudy, 28. Friday, mostly sunny, 29. Right now, it's 21 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Brackless. Tonight, police defend their response to a Malala woman's calls for help, with vision emerging of the moment she was attacked by hoons. Building at the Osborne shipyards goes ahead despite AUKUS concerns. And the King and Queen have had tea with the Trumps. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
7 after 6. Time for your calls tonight. 8223 0000. Lee Forrest from 7 o'clock on 5AA. Hey, we've got some tickets to give away to the Adelaide Thunderbirds, Timmy G. Love to get you along. Take on the Fireworks on Saturday at the Entertainment Centre. You can go to adelaidethunderbirds.com.au or call in now 8223 0055. And this is the weekend that was.
Brilliant from the 2-goal shooters on court tonight. What a performance from the Adelaide Thunderbirds.
Well, there's a lot of screaming and yelling going on there. It was for good reason, because it was an absolute heart-stopper. Our Thunderbirds getting up 61-60. They sit second on the ladder. And tell you what, every game is an absolute thriller. Matilda Garrett, our guest. G'day, Tilly.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
There was a lot of screaming and shouting going on, but it was a bit of a, what would you say, a heart-stopper again.
Oh, absolutely. It was a very, very close game, obviously, 1-1, but it also came down to the last couple of minutes. So, yeah, it was a great game. We saw the stats from both sides, and honestly, both teams were being very clinical. So it was awesome to actually come away with the win.
One thing that is annoying me, and I don't think that you can fix it, Matilda, but if you could just hear me out, is the super goals really do annoy me because, I think that a lot of the opposition teams see it as a weapon against us because we play the game in the traditional style. We pretty much always go in under the net and score the ones rather than the twos. And I reckon opposition just see it as like we've got to get a 2-point shooter on purpose so that we can catch up the margin because they were always going to be in front. Is that a fair call or not?
No, I think for us though it plays into our strengths as well. Like if you are up, it means that teams do have to go for two. So defensively, you then know that that's the area they're trying to land in, which, takes away half the circle because that's where they're trying to land and shoot the goals.
Right.
And then, vice versa. I think for our game plan with the twos, you honestly just want to keep ticking over the scoreboard and making sure that you're clinical with it and, take the twos when you need them. But, it also, I think teams don't know when we're going to take it as well, which is also a little bit of a strength of ours as well.
Timmy, up and in, mate, up and in.
Yeah, that's what I just heard.
And if you need.
I think I just heard that, yes. Did you get some praise for your game? Because I thought it was excellent. Shamira, is she okay? Because she had to go off and you carried a heavy load, but, gee, you were bloody active.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it was nice to get the win, and also that was my first full game for the season, which was really nice to get out there and, play and feel good. So, Sham's doing okay. She obviously felt a bit unwell before the start of the game, but she's got a lot of support behind her, and, she's being supported by us and the club, and I think all of Adelaide too are wrapping their arms around her. So,
we wish her all the best as well. To the last second, Matilda, you're coming off the back there and you're involved in the last play, right up there. I was watching, I thought she's going to have a shot here, I reckon. You were that enthusiastic. But I'll tell you, defensively, we had an enormous amount of deflections. And I think it might have been young Casey got a hand to one really late. And that sort of stuff is what wins you close games.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think at training we go through all these different scenarios about if you're down by this much and you've got this many seconds to go, what would you do? And if you need a win ball in the last 5 minutes, what do we need to do? And I think that was probably the most pleasing thing about the game is we did stick to our structures that we do train so hard every week to try and implement. And, it was just nice to see that we actually ended up winning ball and were able to convert, and then we were in front and felt like we were really in control. So, yes, Sophie did really well, and I think Kate also got a very clinical intercept at the very end.
Yeah. She was awesome.
Now, Tilly, that's enough of the niceties. Let's go forward again. You've got the Crow's disease, your first quarters. You're not coming out the blocks, the girls. What's that all about?
We haven't really addressed that too much because I think for us...
Well, it's two games in a row, Tilly. It's 2 in a row.
Okay, I will tell Tanya that Rowey says. But, no, it's a good point. And I think for us, especially our defensive game plan, we always think that, teams are going to start really well. And the thing is we have so much confidence in our structures that we know that we play a wear down game that we will end up winning more ball as the game goes on. So yes, I think we have definitely addressed our centre pass structure, our centre pass attack. We got better as the game went on, but as you're saying, we do need to start strong, and teams are quite good that you don't want to be chasing from the get-go. You want to actually be in front and get other teams to be chasing you.
Yeah, well, mind you, that third quarter was pure netball. God, it was clinical. It was a high standard too. I love that one. Now, and I'm going to go back again. The team started like absolute rockets. I thought, God, they're going to go through undefeated. Typical me, I go from 0 to 100. You're not going to get beat. You're too good. You beat the reigning premiers, all that sort of stuff. Have teams scouted you better, or have you just tailed off your form a bit?
No, I think, any team that plays us, I feel like they always bring their A game.
Yep.
We've had teams like the Giants, for example, who haven't won, I don't know, I don't think they've won any games, but they pushed us right into the end. And even the Sunny Coast, I think they haven't had a huge amount of wins, but with us, once again, they pushed us to the very end. So I think, obviously, it's great to win games by 20 points, but, you know, teams do watch what you do, and the further you get in the season, they're trying to find their recipe to try and beat you every week. But I definitely think we're still growing as a team, even though, you know, the margins might be getting tighter. I still think we're playing good netball and, adjusting to every team we play.
Our shooter, Elmarie Vanderberg, she's a star. She shot 57 from 61 attempts. What's wrong with her? How did she miss those last 4? Because, I mean, you are indoors. There's no wind.
She's 95%.
Talk about up and in, Tilly. Let's get real.
Well, Rowey, what I'm hearing from this conversation is you actually need to come to training.
Yes.
And you can talk to Al and ask him what's going on there.
She was outstanding, though, wasn't she?
She is.
She was very
She
good.
is unbelievable.
And like you said, Tilly, it just keeps the pressure on because it's so clinical. Because it, goes in 95% of the time, there is just the pressure keeps building on the opposition. So it's marvellous to have yet another.
Oh, it's got to go back in the middle and they got to score because every time it goes in, we do.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And that's the thing in the 2-point time. You do just want to, there's a fine line, but you do just want to keep the score ticking over because there's only a certain amount of centre passes and in that time. And, you don't want to lose it.
Speaking with defender Matilda Garrett from the Adelaide Thunderbirds, Rowey mentioned about scouting and looking at your opposition. I think they definitely are. They're all over Georgie Hodges the last few weeks, and I just love her tenacious attitude to just keep working until she breaks them free. And I thought, going again into goal attack and her combo with both Kate and Taylor Williams was excellent. Just to keep at it and. It's a real credit to her. She doesn't throw the towel in when she knows she's being
and mind you, the umps missed a few contacts just quietly, Tilly.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, no, I think Georgie, she goes about her craft really well, and I think that's the thing that Georgie knows too, is if she is being double teamed, it means that someone else is open. So, I don't know how she does it. She gets obviously put into goals and then back to swing attack and then back to goals, and she just does it so seamlessly every single week. So she really does lead from the front.
Yeah, you've got great flexibility in that team. It was an Anzac Day match, and it was well put together by the club. And you had a medal which, being Anzac, was, what would you say, nice little touch that a New Zealander won it in Kate Heffernan.
Yeah, it was really nice. And, Kate had a bit of a tough week too. Her grandfather had passed away, so that's why we wore the black armbands that week. So I think that was even more special for her as well, that she was able to win that on Anzac Day, and also since she'd had such a hard week, I think it was very special, and all of her family actually flew down as well. So she did it in front of her mum and dad and brother, who she hasn't seen for a little while.
Oh, that's outstanding, and we'll pass on our condolences and congratulations at the same time, because she played unbelievably underneath that sort of pressure. So the Vivian Bullwinkle medal as player of the match, so that's an awesome win. Tilly, we got the Firebirds, as Rowey mentioned. It doesn't really matter about ladder position. As you said, the Giants, geez, they push us, and I'm sure the Firebirds will give us a similar run for our money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think last time we played the Firebirds, I believe we might have won by over 20, but I think that it'll be a very different game. They've found a bit of form, and I think the last couple of weeks they've had some really good wins, and last weekend they did lose, but they only lost by a point, and arguably I thought they were probably going to win that game as well. So, I think it'll be a really exciting match, but I'm just grateful that we're playing at home. I think that brings a big advantage, and, I'm really excited for the game.
Yeah, the Pink Army will absolutely go berserk. Matilda, congratulations on your game. Another win, and let's keep it going.
Thank you so much, guys.
Excellent stuff.
Good
Matilda Garrett, Adelaide Thunderbirds.
She's a star.
Oh, she had a great game. And like I said, Shamira Sterling had to go off, and she just showed the leadership in defence and just took it in her own hands. Terrific.
Now, I don't think I had a rant before 5 o'clock. I did an assessment of the Crows' loss to Brisbane, and Adrian's text back. And thank you, Adrian.
It did up its tempo.
I did it?
Mm-hmm.
What's that big novel that everyone read that I couldn't? War and Peace?
Oh, no, I didn't read it.
No. Anyway, Adrian sent in a War and Peace. Just to summarise, the Crows had a total forgive run. You're allowed to have one bad game every now and again. I'm glass half full row. Well, Adrian, I top and tailed that rant, if that's what you want to call it, with I still am. Yes, they will still finish top 6, but you must agree, Adrian, they've got to get the midfield mix right, and they've got to knuckle it down, back it in, and get their second ruck sorted, whether that's Stilthorpe, Finbar, which I doubt, Toby, which I doubt, they don't like Rob, whatever. We'll speak to him on Friday. But Adrian, you must admit, there's only so much you can have a glass half full type of thing. Do you agree with that, Timmy?
I do get where Adrian's coming from.
And thank you, Adrian. Great text. Every point you've made is correct.
And we spoke about it as the weeks were going on with Adelaide, that the small margins they were losing by, and they hung in games like the Geelong game. They hung in there when you thought, wow, they should be getting blown away, but they hung in there and lose by a small margin. So Adrian's right. There's a lot to like about the ability to hang in there. It gives you the chance to build later on.
That's exactly
right. And then the one thing that probably hasn't happened this year is you're not seeing the complete performance that you saw last year. So you're getting 15 to 20 minutes of it, but you're not getting a full deck.
But that's right. But what I was going on about, yes, there's been injuries and a few things, and next year that group won't do that. But we lost the same way we lost those two finals. The exact same way. And that frustrates.
You're saying learn from that.
Well, they're clearly not. Adrian went on to say this, and I totally agree. Cannot wait for Friday night to watch an emphatic response. Be patient, Crows fans, and keep the faith. I'm all those things. But I want to see those other things fixed. Thanks, Adrian. Great text.
Have you say 8223 is our number. On the other side of this break, South Australian cricket has a favourite player returning, and they've been announcing that today, so we'll find out who that is next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA football's Beyond the Siren.
Arias has to hit the target. It's Georgiades. Turn around. You've got Burgoyne. All in 50 on his own. Can he reach it? Can he walk into an open goal? Yes, he can! What a piece of play that was.
Watching footy with a house full of mates is always better with hot and cold platters from Chanellas.
The future of driving is here at Solitaire Volkswagen with the all-electric Volkswagen ID4 and ID5 available now for immediate delivery. Combining cutting-edge technology, effortless performance and sleek design, they're built for a smarter way to move. Experience the next generation of driving today. For April only, purchase a Volkswagen ID5 and receive a complimentary accessory package valued at $1,000. T's and C's apply. Drive electric today at Solitaire Volkswagen, Hawthorn or Prospect.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
What starts with A and ends with E? Supplements for you and me.
Arbor Vitae Joint Health is now on sale at Chemist Warehouse for just $55.99 a bottle. You save over $16 a bottle at Chemist Warehouse.
Arbor Vitae.
When you book a hearing test with Can Do Hearing, you'll be seen by an accredited audiologist. Can Do Hearing is South Australian, and we're not owned by a hearing aid manufacturer. This means we only recommend what's going to work for you. And your options are almost endless. Plus the extra bonus, our profits go to Can Do for Kids, supporting local kids living with hearing and vision loss. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing today. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Get an epic deal at Optus. Buy any Samsung Galaxy S26 series on selected plans for 36 months and get a bonus Galaxy Tab A11 Plus. That's a bonus tablet valued at $528. See more, create more and understand more with the Galaxy S26 series, your true AI companion. Visit Optus in-store or online for epic value today. Ends 17th May. Terms apply.
A year of roadside assistance is now included with eligible NRMA car insurance policies in South Australia, whether you're a new customer or an existing customer renewing your policy, because that's what a help company would do. Renew your eligible policy or get a quote today at nrma.com.au/SA roadside. SA risk addresses only. Excludes CTP and classic car insurance. Offer may be withdrawn at any time. Always read the PDS. PDS and T&Ds available from NRMA Insurance. 12 months of everyday care roadside assistance provided by National Roads and Motorists Association Limited. Trading as NRMA. Separate and independent from NRMA Insurance.
MotoGP is coming to Adelaide in 2027. But South Australia's bike racing moment starts now. ASBK Round 3 hits the Bend, May 1 to 3. Free GA Friday and epic superbike racing all weekend. Get your fix now at thebend.com.au.
Toolkit Depot's Price Beat Promise means you get low prices on your favourite tool brands.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24 after 16, Brogan in the studio with us after 6:30. We just alluded to before the break, the South Australian cricket has made some announcements. Great news, Jake Weatherald, new Test player, is returning to South Australia, which is fantastic in our Shield side.
Well, he's an Australian opener now.
Does he hold his spot in the Australian team as an opener? I think he does.
I think he'll get the first look, absolutely.
He has to.
Who replaces him?
So what's our next test? Is it not? Do we have a winter series or do we go away?
No, I don't think we play
until.
until.
I think it's a big
until our summer,
October or so, and then I think it's Bangladesh. I think they play here for a test.
They're playing New Zealand at the moment. Gee, no one's there. Bangladesh are playing New Zealand at the moment.
Right? Okay,
no one's there.
Yeah, but good. They're getting exposed to some of the better countries because you can only get better if you play the best teams.
Okay.
And I think you might remember the 90s when Sri Lanka didn't really get a look in very often. And they came out in the old Tri Series and they shocked and they won the tournament. They won the old Tri Series against Australia and somebody else and they won it. And it caused this rivalry. And they went on to win, I think, the 1995 World Cup, beat Australia because you may remember something that's very common today is the openers took to the bowlers and they started smashing everything over the top while the field was in and everyone went, what are they doing? This is,
and now we've copied it.
Normally just push it around for,
get your eye in,
2 to 3 and
take
over.
Take the shine off.
They were going 7 and 8 and over and everyone was going, what's happening? And they changed.
Because the field's in.
They changed the attitude of one-day cricketers.
And we've never looked back.
It.
And then from that, you would hasten to say we got T20 from it.
Potentially, yeah, definitely. T20.
Is that a long bow?
It is a long one. It's a long bow.
But we like runs, don't we?
I'd have to go back and have a look, but I reckon T20 started in England, I think.
Okay, what's better? What's better for you as a lover of cricket, as we all are? A magnificently grafted 100 or a fifer? A bowler like Warney that just toyed with them,
I think Glenn McGrath
putting it on the spot,
was the one who said
setting them up.
He wants something for the bowlers, and he thought that a fifer was as good as 100.
Okay,
so that's why he brought it in that you hold the ball up and you might get to keep that ball, which I think's a great thing.
I get that, but what's better to watch? A bowler at his craft, hit it on a threepenny bit all the time and getting some wickets, or a magnificently grafted ton?
Well, I've been in the pub when we were playing the World Cup final against New Zealand, and I don't think there was any bigger roar than when Mitchell Starc bowled McCullum. And the pub went off. So I'd say bowling
because he was backstory for that. Okay, I still
when
think...
a wicket falls, everybody in the house, the pub, you name it, goes ballistic.
It's electric.
Scotty bowling 6 for 7 at the G, but you can't get that.
Travis Head getting 100 at Adelaide Oval. Is it better than that?
That
one of your own?
And I've got to say
that was magic.
That Perth 100
was even better.
That's all time.
That's right up there as well. And everybody went ballistic about that.
And that's why we love cricket. That's what I was getting at. It's a 0-0 draw. We love the wickets as much as we love the runs. I love cricket.
So
love it.
Australia play Bangladesh in August, and that's a 2-test series in Darwin and Mackay, and then we go to South Africa for 3 tests before the home summer.
Thank you.
So for those who wanted to know, 27 after 6.
Rowey and Timmy G, the